Good evening, everybody. Hello, how are you all doing? Apologies, just watching certain chocolates rundown of the current positions in the SDRL. Bear with me while I just turn off the laptop. Apparently Chocolate has some issues with his game. He's having a few problems creating a lobby. He can't even run the game at the moment. So hopefully he will get that resolved quite soon. Round 11, have I got that right? Round 11, yes. Portugal. Evening, Rob. How are you doing? How are you feeling for tonight? Rob, the recently announced Aston Martin driver for the remaining 2 races in the SDRL. Hey, just get in there, have fun, and finish behind me. Evening, Red Dog. Red Dog also racing tonight. Who are you racing for, Red Dog? I've forgotten. There's so many reserves jumped in today that it's going to be a strange old grid. Alpine. Okay, cool. Well, good luck with that. I hope you have a good race. We're about 5 or 10 minutes away from qualifying. Let's bring up the track. That's not Portugal. That is Portugal. Okay, so let's do a quick track walkthrough. Down the main straight, DRS, long main straight. Turn 1, I can't get this. I can't get this one right. It's very fast corner. Turn 2 is not really a corner. You need to be careful of track limits on the exit of turn 1. Turn 3, heavy braking into a third gear right-hander. The next section of track is one I always find quite difficult. Heavy acceleration zone. Turn 4, not quite flat. So you need to be careful there. Wet makes that a very interesting corner. But it is important to get a good exit out of there because it leads you straight onto the back straight with another DRS zone down into another heavy braking zone at turn 5. Up the hill through turn 6 and 7, both pretty much flat out corners. Turn 8, one of the more tricky ones on the track again. Uphill right-hander, which despite being uphill, never seems to be enough grip on the exit. Very easy to spin there coming out of that corner. Flat out turn 9, up the hill again into turns 10 and 11. Tricky braking zone here, braking and turning at the same time into 11. 11 falls away as you exit, so again, difficult to get the power down. Turn 12, not really a corner. Final heavy braking zone to turn 13, a third gear left-hander. Quick squirt up to turn 14, maybe a up change. Turn 14, another key corner, as it's the acceleration zone that takes you out onto the main straight again for DRS zone and setting a good lap time, all being well. Okay, it looks like the lobby is open, so let me get my game at the front. We'll say goodbye to Cert. Sorry, bear with me a second. Thank you, congratulations. Good to have you with us. T14, eh?
So then, Natalie Pinkham,
right, I'm in the middle of the Grand Prix I was using for practice. Let's get out of that. We'll go back to the game screen so you can see what's going on. I'm hoping I'll have an invite. One second. Oi. Just lost my chat. Oi. What are you oiing at me about? Incoming Chocolate invited me to play. Let's go play then. Joining session. Oiing red. Okay, let's grab the Carlos Sainz car. Give UnXG the other Ferrari. Who are we seeing in Berkey, Shan, Raven? Berkey, Shan, Raven, Dark Viper, Red Dog, the reserve Alpine driver, Rob is. Come on, Rob. It's just a game. Robin is Aston Martin, Bowie in the Williams, and Barbans in the Alpine. Rocket joining, taking his seat in the AlphaTauri. Dantak's in the Haas. So let's run the qualifying prediction. There's not many people in just yet. What time is it, actually? No, it's only 5:02. Let's wait until the lobby fills up, then I'll run the quali prediction. Gamble your channel points as to where you think I'll finish in quali. The options are out in Q1, out in Q2, 6th to 10th on the grid, and 1st to 5th on the grid. I wonder what my email is. Oh. Naked Donkey, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's fine, Rob. I wouldn't expect you to be in the chat while driving around Portugal. I will be trying to keep an eye on chat to a certain extent, but when focused on the race, I may not be as responsive as I often am. Okay, we're up to 11 drivers. This is the penultimate round. Show off, Rob. Penultimate round of the SDRL. One more round to follow, which is at Silverstone, which I am quite looking forward to. Should be a good race there with a bit of luck. I wonder if Chocolate's got anyone in the co-commentator seat with him this evening. I was rewatching the Imola race earlier today. Yeah, always marvel at Chocolate's commentary. Well worth a listen. It will be on this channel once it goes live. Actually, if one of the mods could let me know when the SDRL official channel becomes live with audio, then do let me know, just so I can make sure it is coming out on stream. If not, I'll need to just give it a quick refresh to make sure we're getting the audio so we can have commentary during the race to make up for my lack of commentary during the race. My predictions for today, well, I just done some practice. That's fair enough, Red Dog. Absolutely expected. I just did some practice. My best time, I didn't do a huge number of laps. I did about four or five quali laps. My best was a 1:18.3, and then did a few race laps on the soft tyre, which for a one stop, it wanted me to go to lap 14 on the softs. And I think by lap 8, comms alive now. Thank you, Chocolate. Let me just refresh that. Hopefully they will start to come through. They are not coming through. Let me see if I can work out what's going on there. It's showing live, but I'm guessing Chocolate isn't actually talking, which is why I can't hear anything. Evening, JBG. I hope you've had a good day. I haven't really spoken to you much today, but yeah, hope it went well. Yeah, as I was saying, my fastest quali lap of 1:18.3. Were splendid day, excellent. We're expecting probably a high 15 as the pole time. So as usual, I'm about 2.5 seconds down, which, you know, is consistent, if nothing else. Slow, if anything else. In the race, as I was saying, I think it wanted me to go to lap 14 on the softs, and by lap 7 or 8, they were already up at about 30%. So that could be tricky. I've just got to pray for safety cars, I think. Realistically, the only way I'm going to score points today is with a high attrition rate. So without wishing ill fate on my fellow competitors, let's hope there's lots of retirements that don't involve me. I've had, I think, 3 retirements so far this season, one of which was on the last lap. So, and I was pushing to close a gap. Person in front of me in Hungary had 5 seconds worth of penalties. Now I was about, it is wishing ill fate, I know, but I don't wish to wish ill fate. I just wish that they have ill fate. That makes no sense. So yeah, we'll try and avoid a DNF at least. Make it to the end of the race. What else is there to say? Still only 13 drivers. We should be at the start. I think Dragonfly said he would be a few minutes late, but usually they would start qualifying if a driver was expecting to be late. Let's hope not, JBG. Yeah, they would usually start qualifying, given that it's full quali. If someone's going to be a bit late, they can dive in and take their car after a bit. Thank you, JBG. Such confidence. So 33 lap race. Let's put the track info up again so you can see where we're going. I did a quick track walkthrough earlier on. Key corners for me: turns 1, turn 4, turn 8, and turn 13 and 14, I would say. They're the really tricky ones. 10 and 11, I'll probably include that as well. No help from JBG, Red Dog, sorry. JBG's my mod. He only helps me. Yeah, if I hear of JBG giving you any help, then I'll be having words and I'll be docking his pay appropriately. JBG does not get paid, unsurprisingly. Maybe once my channel starts making me thousands a month, then I may be able to pay my mods a small stipend. But that's not likely to happen anytime soon. Still 13 in the lobby, so quite a few waiting to show. What other news have I got? Not an awful lot, really. It was very warm here in the UK over the weekend. Thankfully, it's cooled down a bit. We even had a little bit of rain. Predictions, Red Dog. I was hoping to get a few more people viewing before we run the predictions. Yeah, go for it. JBG, run the quali prediction. There's only 5 or 6 people in the chat, so we'll see. No, we had a light shower this afternoon, I think, Rob. Okay, both mods created the qualifying prediction. So, yep, or JBG pressed the button twice, one of those two. It shouldn't matter, I don't think. My advice would be to choose one of the first 2 options, out in Q1 or out in Q2. I will only make Q2 if a few other people stuff it into the walls. It's quite a lot of runoff area here, so it is actually relatively difficult to do damage. Anything's possible, though. I'll have a damn good go. I think coming out of the tricky left-hander onto the back straight, if you spin there, you can end up in the wall. So we will see. How many do we have now? 14. Slowly shoving up. Yes. It's not a track I drive very often, with it not being on the calendar. And I suspect that's true of a lot of drivers, so it'll be interesting to see how many people have spent a lot of the week practicing, stomping around Portugal, putting the laps in. I've probably, like I say, done. We did an event there last Wednesday. So that would have been a 18, 20 lap race, something like that. I think we did it in the Speedy Sundays 5-lappers as well. So all told, I've probably done about 40 laps around Portugal in the last week or so. Thank you for that, JBG. It's the SDRL official channel that I want to know when the audio appears, so that we can make sure that's coming out on stream. 15 drivers in place now. Anyone else spectating? No, so it looks like Chocolate is probably going to be on commentary duty solo. Oh, down to 14. Oh dear. I wonder what is happening. Let's hope it's not internet problems for somebody. Raven, as ever, his internet connection doesn't look great, but he is down in Australia. Oh, down to 13 again. Oh, Frosty Jack filling in the Alfa Romeo. I think Alfa Romeo, there is Checo Perez. Thank you for the follow. Be like the wind, but a very slow wind in comparison to the rather fast wind that is AD. Is that what it is, Red Dog? So, slightly anticlimactic start. We should be getting underway soon, I will hope. Just do it. Maybe practice some aerobatics and fly backwards, Rob. How about that? Yes, I was showing that just a little earlier. There we go. It is back again. We did do a track walkthrough. As I was saying, key corners for me: turn 1, turn 4, turn 8, turns 10 and 11, and then turns 13 and 14. That was funny at me just saying that, wasn't it? It's almost like I knew what you would want. 5 is not too bad, actually. It's an uphill exit. There is, again, a lot of the uphill corners here. You would expect to have more grip on the way out just because of like gravity. But both 5 and 8 are quite heavy uphill corners, but still have lots of scope for a spin on the exit, which is slightly unusual. Uh, 6 at Imola. Thank you, Checo. It's good to have you with us. After the second chicane, that one, JBG. Yeah. Yep. Okay, we're up to 16 now. Dragon has shown up. He was one of the people that said they would be a little bit late. No worries, Checo. Nothing on SDRL yet. Thank you, JBG. People are starting to ready up. I would expect us to get the call on SDRL official to ready up when that happens. We have 3 people readied up now. All troublemakers, a lot of them, I'm sure. "17 drivers in. Looking quite good now. We should hopefully be ready to start fairly soon. Has the prediction finished? What were the votes on the prediction, mods? Has anyone been brave enough to have me getting into Q2, or even really stupid, having to get me into Q3? Zoe Enoch, thank you for the follow. It's good to have you with us. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good week so far. I'll apologise in advance once.
Let's get
there we go.
On the road.
There is SGRL official coming in. The call to ready up has gone out. Once we actually get into yes, thank you, JBG. Once 2 for Q1, 3 for Q2. Okay, cool. Oh, I need to mute this music. Let me know when Cert's trailer's finished. I'll show you the trailer, but you can't hear it, I'm afraid, because it's copyrighted audio. Let's just get it full screen. Thank you for the resub, JBG. As ever, it's good to have your support, and good luck in quali, Red Dog. There's me. Dead ringer for Carlos Sainz, don't you think? I think a lot of those drivers are incorrect now. I don't know if Cert has updated it for all of the in-season transfers that went on. Just waiting for that to disappear. There we go. We can have commentary back once chocolate starts up. So I'm going to do my usual, go out for about 6 laps on my first run on the softs, 3 fast laps. Thank you, Cheku. Yeah, go out for 3 fast laps on my first set of tyres and then try and get 2 in on the second. Let's have a look at the weather.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
dry,
to round 11 of Sertogen Racing League, penultimate round of the season here
so far,
in
all
Portugal.
dry.
We are
okay,
at the
that's
Algarve
something.
Circuit. I am Miss Chocolate, and we are just about to get underway for this qualifying
Get the setup
session.
loaded. No park Ferme, so I can run a qualifying
18
setup.
minutes on the clock.
While we're here,
Championships
exclamation
could
mark
be decided
SRC
at
in the
this race,
in the
so
chat.
still
I
plenty
do
to
run
play for.
Sim Racing Centre
But
setups.
we
That'll get you
qualifying first and
an
foremost
affiliate link which
to
helps
head
support the
into,
channel, as well as a discount code that gets you
but yeah, the
10%
big
off
battle
anything you buy
of the
from them.
weekend is gonna be
I can
between
wholeheartedly
ICU and
recommend their
Takubi.
setups.
Can
They
outscore
are
ICU
light
by
years better
16
than
points, then he
the
can
defaults,
finish
so
the
give them a try if you're
championship
interested.
at this race. It's going to be
See you
very
later, Rob.
interesting to watch.
Can someone let Chocolate, we've got Park Ferme on.
Dantax on his intermediate tyres as always, making his way out.
Yeah, can someone let SDRL official know the Park Ferme regs are on, and if so, are we going to have a lobby restart?
Yeah, this is going to be a race to watch for sure. I think the DRS, and Dantax already rounded into the barriers. Immediately in the session, Dantax out straight away.
1 retirement already.
I mean, he hasn't usually set laps in the early stages of qualifying. He likes to save his tyres. But it's not going to be a great feeling knowing that you've immediately crashed out. Jack is out on a set of intermediates, and Red Dog out on a set of soft tyres. Yeah, it's an unfortunate start. He was probably looking to get a little bit of practice in early on, get his eye into the track, and obviously he's now going to lose that track time. We also have the Ferrari of AD, the McLaren of Raven out on track as well.
Someone let Chocolate know about the Park Ferme, please.
And, Raven just going slow, I think. Seems to be lagging a bit, maybe? Not too sure what's happening there with the McLaren. Anyhow, Red Dog coming through the final sector. Now getting ready to start his flying lap, now coming through turn 14 onto this long run down towards turn 1, coming through the final corner now, and onto this long start finish straight DRS open as he crosses the start finish line. And here we go for a lap of the Portimao track, coming down to turn 1 late on the brakes, flick it in, and then turn 2 flat out, turn 3 another braking zone, turn 4 is a really tricky uphill acceleration zone, as we saw Dantax losing the car there. Red Dog on the soft compound tires navigates it much better, 23.1 for his first sector time. Let's see how he fares through the rest of his lap now. Through the middle sector. I think the middle sector is probably the trickiest sector in the entire track. Most of the corners located there. We'll have to wait and see how it goes in the race. I think definitely one of the best overtaking opportunities is turn 1, turn 5, another one that we'll be watching for. It's quite tricky to overtake through the middle sector. But moves are possible. It's just quite high-speed corners, not the heaviest of braking zones. It makes it a little bit more challenging. Here we go now with Red Dog coming across the start finish. That's a 1:20.3 for his first flying lap. We have the Alfa Romeo of Frosty Jack seems to be going on an alright lap here. What time can he put up on the table? Round the final corner, Barbas has managed to join the session. That is good to see. Across the line, it's a 1:22.2 for him. Then we have, is that Shan? No, that is Rocket starting a lap. Welcome back to him, making his return after a few races at the start of the season. AD across the line sets the fastest lap. A 1:19.1 for him. Raven going to be the next one. He's coming
fastest lap again. Clip that, everyone.
Up towards the start-finish line. What time can the McLaren driver get on the table here in Q1? It's a 1:17.1.
Yeah, second
puts
now.
himself up to the top of the timetable. Who here can challenge him We have Berkey on an outlap just getting ready to start. We have Shan.
My best in quali when I was practicing was a 1:18.3. So I've still got about 7 or 8 tenths potentially.
Including Takubi, the championship leader. Shan across the line sets a 1:21. He was on the intermediate tyres though, so not too surprising that pace. Next I think is going to be Berkey. No, it's going to be Rob, the other Aston Martin, quickly followed by Rocket close behind him. So here we go. Down towards,
yeah, they do that just to sort of get a feel for the track without wasting a set of softs essentially.
1:27, well, maybe mistaking that lap for him puts him 6th fastest. Currently Rocket across the line showing his pace, a 1:17.5 up to P2, only a couple tenths off of Raven. In the McLaren, Berkey will be the next car across the line now, coming through the final sector. He's on a set of intermediate tyres. Let's just get that tyre graphic up for you quickly, just so we can see what runs people are doing what tyres are doing their runs on. So here we go, now down towards the Starfish line. I think we might see him in the 1:21s like Shan. We'll have to wait any second now across the line. So 1:20.5, faster than I was expecting.
Yeah, thank you, Cole.
Very nice lap from Takubi now on the soft compound tyres. He goes across the line, sets a 1:16.1, fastest of anyone by a second. Really nice pace from him. Shuriken now to the start-finish line, sets a 1:21.3 on the intermediate, 8 tenths off of Berkey. We'll have to wait for their soft tyre runs. I think that'll give us a bit of a more representative idea of their dry running pace. Rob has just set a 1:17.9 on his second run on the soft compound, so finding a lot of time just then. Josh is on a flying lap here, making his way down to the start-finish line. Can he crack into those 1:17s like Rob has? Let's see, to the line, it's a 1:17.3, goes 3rd fastest, ahead of Rocket, just a couple tenths.
No improvement on this lap, I don't think.
Nice lap from him. Barbance has just started his first flying lap of the session.
Well, maybe.
The rear, not an ideal turn 1 for him. That's not going to be what he was looking for. I think he has backed out of that lap actually. Currently has 4 poles in a row. Will be looking to extend that to number 5. Scooby has Ego retired. He thinks he is safely clear of that lap.
It's going to be slightly quicker if anything, but not by much.
But Hazy just coming across the line. Is he going to set an improvement? No, not on this time around. Maybe a cool down.
So on 1:19.1, I should be able to get a good half second quicker than that, really.
Yes, that's what I want. So, do we have anybody on laps here? I don't believe so. AD, I think, is on lap. He was very close to matching his previous lap there. Just a couple hundredths off. But he is backing out now. Don't know whether he's coming back to the pits. He might have, might do one more run. Cert making his way out onto track for his first run. I believe Raven, he is going to be the first person on the lap. Maybe Barbans actually. Dark Viper has retired from the session as well. He will be out in Q1. Both cast drivers out in Q1. Dark Viper by choice down tax crashed around an invalidation for Raven. He's on the intermediate tyres though. So I don't think it's going to be too worried.
Quite hard to get the battery charged up again on this lap.
So let's head over to Jack here. He is on the soft tyres now. What pace does he have on a slick? Can he get himself up out of Q1 in the session? Only one driver will be eliminated from Q1 here. So there is plenty of opportunities for a couple of drivers to make Q2, and maybe we're going to see a shock Q3 appearance from one or two of these drivers. We'll have to see who is able to get the pace together in the end. Check now through sector 1, already 7/10 up on that previous lap. They'll probably be looking to be finding about 5 seconds by the end. All the time in the middle sector, I would expect, with the number of corners and their high grip demands nature as well. While we've been watching this, Barbers has gone second fastest of the 1:16.6 on the medium compound tyres. And she is into the lobby now. 7 minutes left on the clock. He will have time to get a lap underway. So that is all good. So rounding in the final corner now. Let's think. I think we'll probably see an beating up here. Yeah, up to P7. Wasn't too many mistakes on that lap. I think maybe a little bit of time.
Yeah, just not recharging the battery on the in laps. I need 2 slow laps to charge the battery up. I'll try and bear that in mind for
and Zepti is in as well.
For my last run.
Interestingly,
yeah, I think it's the battery runs out on those fast corners at the end.
Another driver out in Q1. I assume Zepti will take control of the remaining car.
Yeah, I think I'd lose too much time in the garage though, JBG.
And Cert has just gone third fastest, the 1:17.0. Anybody else on a lap currently? Shuriken is on a lap. Previous lap set on the intermediates. There he goes. Zepti has taken control. So we already have 3 drivers out of the 5 eliminated from this qualifying session. So only 2 drivers going to be Ducati Barmas and Chihad as well up in Q2.
Thanks, Viper.
He's content with that time to make it into Q2.
Shout out for Dark Viper, one of the mods, please.
Given that pace, 1:16.6 on a medium tyre, should easily make it through. Shuriken now coming around the final corner on the run towards the start finish line. Can he get himself a nice position here in qualifying? Where can he put that Williams car? It's P3, just marginally ahead of Cert by a tenth of a second.
No, just exclamation mark SO and then the name JBG.
957. A few cars heading into the pit lane now.
Because the button can't prompt you for who to shout out, I'm afraid.
Who do we have? We have Dragon. He's on, I think, in lap actually.
That's your little crib sheet then, JBG.
Rob is on a lap here, though, so we can watch this.
Right, we're going straight back out on softs with a slightly lower fuel load. We need 4 or 5 laps to be able to get the second hot lap in with 2 cool down laps if I've got the time.
5:76, just a couple hundredths behind Rocket. Wasn't quite able to find the time to elevate him up a position, but he has put himself very close and a decent distance clear of Dragon as well. Dragon, what is Dragon doing? Almost into the barriers in that gravel trap. Not sure what line he is taking there. Bowie has retired from P6 with a 1:17.2. Yeah, I think Shuriken's safe, Cert's safe, Raven's safe. I think, actually, I'd say everybody in the top 10 I think is safe. Outside of that, maybe not Dragon. We'd have to see what time he can do. He's coming actually, so that won't matter. Berkey is starting a flying lap. The ICU's on a lap actually.
I don't think I'm going to get 2 laps in here, not with 2 slow downs anyway.
I don't think he will have enough time if he wanted to go again. And his battery is off. I'm not sure if he's playing a couple mind games here, trying to get in the top guys' heads, maybe think that he's a little bit off the pace. Or maybe he's just genuinely forgotten to turn it on.
Thanks for that, JBG.
Oh, and he's invalidated. this could be risky for ICU. He needs pretty much a perfect weekend to try and win this championship. Currently 9 points behind. There's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. And he's coming into the pit lane. No, he's not. He is going to go again. This could come down to fuel. Hopefully he has enough fuel, but that could... If he runs out of fuel on this lap, ICU could be out in Q1. That'd be a really big blow to his chances. For sure. And he's invalidated again. I think ICU's going to be out in Q1. That is so unfortunate for him in a race where he needed to have as good a result as possible, outscoring Takubi by as many points as possible. He's invalidated him again on this lap, and I don't think he has enough fuel to do another run. I think ICU is going to be out in Q1. He hasn't been able to get a time on the table, and he's going to run out of fuel in a second. ICU is out in Q1. I'm almost sure of it. I don't think he'll have the time to get the changeover. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. He's not even back into the pit lane yet. And he spun it. I think ICU is out. ICU's qualifying is over. He is not going to be progressing out of Q1. That is so unfortunate for him. And that could be championship over for ICU, unless he's able to get a good recovery together. Jack finding a couple tenths up to P12 ahead of Dragonflies now. Rocket just starting his final lap. AD coming round towards the start-finish line. He was half a second up through the first 2 sectors. Finds 7 tenths in the end, up to 14th place.
Whoa!
ICU is in the pit lane. It is qualifying over for the Red Bull
59
driver.
seconds to get round.
He is out in Q1. Dragonflies up to 12th, I believe that was. Jack has retired behind AD. He's off at turn 3. He's just gone straight on there. This is going to come down to whether Zepti can get out. One of the Alfa Romeos will be out in Q1. Everybody else, AD, Dragonflies, Rob, Rocket, they're all safely through. They don't need to push any harder. They are already through to the next session. It's going to come down to whether Zepti or Jack will be out. Can Zepti beat the 118.0 that Jack has set? He is coming towards the start-finish line now. A little bit of a wobble coming out of turn 13. But now to the line, DRS open. Has he done it?
Through.
Yes, he has. A 118.3. No, what? Why is he ahead? I'm confused. Oh, yes, because he's got a fast time. Red Dog is out, not Zapti or Jack. Jack won't take part in Q2, but yeah, the time code was being a bit misleading there. Red Dog is out in Q1, but the big shock, ICU is out in Q1. His qualifying over pretty much as it came to a start, and P17 on the grid for him. Where can he recover to in the race? It's going to be a big challenge for him.
Thank you for your faith in me, Rob.
But there are
certainly helped by other people's issues as
got
usual.
along straight with the DRS.
Thank you, Josh. I'm not sure how much of it was down to me,
doing his
but
usual, having a little spin.
Hey.
Doesn't need to push, but he's putting on a show for
I
the
almost
fans
matched my
anyway.
time from practice. At least I did a 118.3 something in practice, and my fastest there was a 118.4.
Qualifying for sure. Not what I was expecting in a race where ICU needed everything. He is starting down in 17th. 3 fast drivers out in Q1 as well. ICU, Angstji,
Hey, I'm a long way between thinking about points. Yeah, go on.
One of them was not.
Yep, certainly is, Josh. But, happens to the best of us. And the worst of us. Thanks, Red Dog, unlucky.
So there we go, Takubi fastest in Q1, Barban's taking P2, Berkey P3, then Shuriken, Cert, Raven, Bowie, Josh, Shan, Rocket, Rob, Dragonfly, Zepti, AD, Jack, Red Dog, I See You Happy, Dark Viper, Dantax. Those last
So I was
6
only a
drivers gonna
tenth
be
behind
out here.
Zepti, 3 tenths behind Dragon. I mean, oh, he's on mediums. Nearly a second behind Rob. Nicely done, Rob. Keep up that pace, you're verging on knocking on the top
we're
10.
gonna have a lobby restart. Yeah, I see you. I guess if we're having a lobby restart, I didn't actually know that. I'm not sure. Oh, Park Farming. There we go. Okay.
Chocolate has just realised he left Park
Yeah,
Ferme
my
turned
bad
on.
that one. I didn't realise that. So yeah, we
Thank
will
you,
have a
Checo.
lobby restart after quali. All right then, Q2 underway now. Who is going to be making their way out on track? I can hear an engine firing up already. It's one of the Aston Martins. That will be Berkey making his way out early on in this session to get
Check
some
Discord,
laps
please,
in.
mods.
I think he should, on pace, be through to Q2. But, I mean, we saw 3 of the drivers were expected to be throughout in Q1, so you never know, really.
Hey, Frosty Jack, how you doing?
We have... yeah, quite a few drivers. I'm looking through the list.
What was that? Joining an SDRL race?
This Q3 is going to be quite hotly contested, I think. Probably AD,
Discord,
Rob, Josh, I
admin
think,
chat,
maybe
JBG.
Joyce, although the pace we saw from Josh actually in Q1 was very strong. Maybe
Oh, unlucky
he
Jack.
can try and get that Red Bull into Q3.
That was,
He is currently the leading Red Bull.
Gives us all a place, I
qualifying
suppose.
session After ICU's woes. So maybe he can be that Red Bull representative in Q3. We'll have to, we'll find out in 15 minutes time at the end of this session has he got the pace. But those last 2 elimination spots are going to be quite hotly contested between quite a lot of drivers. This could be one of the closest eliminations we've had all season.
Yeah, some shock retirements there.
Seen Dragon going off again. Berkey coming around to start his flying lap.
Yeah, it was a close run thing, but you never know.
Fastest lap in Q1, I believe, was a
Dark Viper did last to
1:16.1,
first, so, you know, anything's possible.
I expect we're going to be into the 15s by the end of this session. With at least 3 drivers, maybe 4, maybe even more. Maybe I'm underestimating it. To Sector 1. I've got the lap data off. There we go. 21.8 Sector 1 for him. Dragon behind him 22.1, so not too far off of the pace of Berkey. Seems like everybody is, at least in that mid-pack, everybody is relatively equally matched. And it is going to make this qualifying very exciting. Lots of drivers all setting very similar sector times.
Thanks for dropping in, Checo.
Here we go with Berkey now towards the start finish line. He'll be the first one to set a lap. He will go fastest. But who behind is going faster? Who can put a better lap together? One of the McLarens is going faster. Berkey sets a 1:16.7, goes fastest. That is Raven with a purple middle sector. Here comes Dragon now to the lines. That's a 1:17.3, second fastest. Next to the line, Raven fastest for 1:16.6, a 10th clear of Berkey. Rob Kaz a 1:18.5 and Takubi a 1:16.9, Shadow 1:17.4. Not an ideal lap.
So little grip coming out of that corner.
Let me get that up again. So there we go. Josh 5th fastest for 1:17.4 ahead of Shan. Zepti sets a 1:17.7. up to P7. Next car to the line is going to be Cert. And he sets a 1:17.7 as well, just 7 milliseconds behind Zepti. Barbers has just, I believe, started a lap. Then we have the Ferrari of AD flying that Tifosi Spirit. A 1:18.3 from him. 9th fastest as it stands. And
Yeah, I
then
doubt
we
that's a
have
real Checo,
Sheridan
Zoe.
around
We can but hope.
corner.
Probably got other things to do. He'll be on his way to Imola this weekend, won't he?
He is on a set of medium compound tyres though, so this time going to be a bit slower than where his true pace lies. 1:17.2. He was very similar on pace to Berkeley, so that time does seem quite accurate. And Kubi has just... Did Kubi just finish the lap? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He did just finish the lap, but it wasn't a fast
Come to see
lap.
how it's done.
Rocket, the next driver to cross the line, then Barber's just a corner behind him, will be finishing after that. Across the line for Rocket at 1:24, maybe a double outlap for him. Barbens comes across the line and sets a 1:59, first driver into the 1:15s.
So I'm going to do another slow lap, try and charge this battery up.
His pace. Is anybody on a lap currently? It doesn't look like it. Maybe no. And Rocket, well, he's 2 seconds up through sector 1 already. Maybe he will do a second lap here. Bowie is on an outlap, and that is it for drivers currently.
Oh, car behind me went in the pits. Okay.
So, middle sector split. What kind of time? 6.5 seconds up for Rocket. That will already put him into the 1:17s. I would assume slightly less time to time in the final sector, given quite a lot of
It's not that exciting watching me, Zoe.
exit onto the main straight. But maybe still a little bit, we'll see now as he crosses the line to set a 1:17.5 just behind the other AlphaTauri of Shan, half a tenth between the pair of them. Rocket currently sat in P9. So, a few more drivers heading onto track. Bowie is on a lap now. Robert's retiring from the session.
No, not yet. JBG.
Let's see. Coming through this middle sector looks alright so far.
Oh, shit.
Through this sector. Ooh,
I hope it didn't hold Bowie up there.
I'm not too sure. Bowie was off the track. I don't know how much time he may have lost. We'll have to wait and see when he gets around. What time he gets on the board.
Clip that, mods, just in case.
But out of the final corner now, towards the start-finish line we go, and Bowie sets a 1:17.3 up to 7th fastest, knocking Zepti down into that elimination zone. Rocket has invalidated there, so AD's on the lap, Rob is on the lap as well, and then not certain Josh on outlaps. Up the hill now with AD into this hairpin braking zone. Quite a high speed corner, despite how sharp of an angle it is. Just one more braking zone left to go. And now its foot to the floor towards the line in this Ferrari. How much time has he found on this lap? Can he elevate himself up
Whoa,
into that top 10?
17.9.
He finds
Happy with that one.
stays 13th fastest though. A 1:17.9 for him, and Rob sets a 1:17.958, just a couple hundredths faster than AD, and improves his position marginally higher. Cert is 4 tenths up on his time through the first 2 sectors. Through the final sector now, can he find more with those new tyres? Making his way towards the start-finish line. Cert sets a 1:16.9, jumps up to 5th fastest. The Mercedes of Dragonfly is just starting a lap as well. Then we have Josh. He's down through the first 2 sectors. Not ideal.
My overlays aren't
Left on
working.
the clock. He could come back into the pits, and he is going to do exactly that. So Dragonfly is coming through sector 1, making his way up the hill here. One of the trickiest corners on the track. Really easy to lose the car. 2 tenths up through sector 1 already. Dragon is finding some time. And yeah, I think Dragon's going to be targeting the similar time to the Cert has just done, a 1:16.9, 1:16.8 here. Depends how much time he still has to find through the middle sector, I guess. Zepti has also just started a lap. We have a few cars out and out laps as well. And Dragon matching his middle sector compared to his last one, not really finding any time. Currently would be on for 17.1. Maybe time to find through this final sector, coming towards the start-finish line. And Dragonflies sets a 1:17.1, goes 6th fastest. But look at the gaps in the midfield. P6, 1:17.1, down to P12, a 1:17.7, 6 tenths from 6th to 12th. And you only need 1 or 2 more tenths, and then you're all the way up to P4. The grid is so tight here. Zepti crosses the line and goes
just trying to get my overlays working.
1:17.0. Now only half a second covering the top 6. It is so close here in qualifying.
Yeah, that's what I've just done.
Knockout time.
Thank you, Red Dog.
A 1:17.4. Josh and Shan on the brink, only separated by 4 thousandths. Rocket currently in the elimination zone. This is probably going to be his final flying lap of the session.
Good luck,
Towards
Josh.
the start-finish line. Rocket into the pit lane. Does he have time to fit a new set of tyres and get back out again? We'll have to
I'm going to go out on
in a minute.
those
Shuriken
old
across the line.
softs
That's a
just to make sure
1:16.4.
my overlay
Goes
is
second
working.
fastest. He should be safely through with that lap time. To Kubi.
Seems it's visible at the moment, so looks like it should be okay.
To Kubi.
I think I'll set a lap on these softs, see how we get on. If I get round in time, of course. Should do. 2 minutes to go.
69, but looking for a bit of security, I think. A little bit worried looking how close everybody is behind. Maybe he just wants to flex his pace. And there we go, 1:15.8 to Kubi.
Yeah, it's still last, Josh.
Fastest of them all. Zepti, he's coming back into the pits. So currently nobody on a flying lap.
Okay, yeah, I've got the overlay visible now, so I think it's going to be okay. A restart seems to have sorted it.
A few more making their way out of the onto track. Bowie, Cert, Josh. I expect we're going to see Rocket and Dragon in a second as well. Rocket is making his way out, sat in P12. This is well and truly going to be a battle for Q3. Looking at these deltas, it is going to be so close. Actually, it's Rob that's the first car, not Berkey. Getting my Aston Martins mixed up. Rob making his way towards the start-finish line.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Flying lap of the session. 1 minute 16 on the clock. Dragon is going to be a bit close. He's only just leaving the pit lane now.
Oh shit, that's not going to help.
Time, but it's going to be a bit touch and go for him to make it around in time to start his lap we'll keep an eye on that one, keep that one updated. A little bit of a snap of the rear there from the Aston Martin as he got onto the power up the hill, matching his first sector time. He needs to find about half a second on this lap if he wants to make his way out of Q1 at a minimum as well. Could be looking to find 6 or 7, maybe even 0.8 of a second if he wants to safely make it. This might be qualifying over for Rob. Takubi has retired in the pit lane with the fastest lap. He is safely through to the Q3 shootout.
Oh, too slow through that corner already, I think.
Pole, and I think, has Rob backed out? Yes, he has. Rob backing out of his lap, so Shan coming through the middle sector. He will be the next person to finish lap. Dragon is cutting the corners. He's got to be careful not to get this and next lap invalidation. Otherwise, that will be his qualifying over. 6 oh, he's not got the time. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. Dragon is not going to make the start-finish line. Currently sat in P8. Josh hasn't made it either. Josh in P10 could get eliminated here. That is a very risky spot to be. Would not want to be there if I was him. Here comes Shan now in P11. Just 4 thousandths behind Josh. Has he found the time to make his way into the top 10 shootout? Yes, he has. It's 6th fastest for Shan. Josh is unfortunately out of this session. Next to cross the line.
Yeah, that was never going to be quicker anyway. I was just using that as a way of learning the track
P5.
Or trying to improve my times on the track.
And he doesn't improve on his lap, but I think he'll be safely through.
Oh, disqualified.
Anyway, AD
That's
gets
a bit
disqualified
unfair.
from the session for going the wrong way. I'm not sure maybe he had a spin there. He was down in 14th anyway, so that won't affect him. Rocket,
okay, I was last anyway.
2 tenths up through sector 1 and 2 combined. Currently in P12. Dragon is out of qualifying. I think. Yes, he is. Rocket goes P9. And that is Q2 over. So
The game, well, I was going sort of the wrong way, but not for very long.
Anyway. But in the end,
I would have been 14th anyway. So
who didn't make the start-finish line.
Oh no, I might have been.
Dragon and Josh, both getting
Would I have been
eliminated.
13th? Yeah, on the grass anyway.
Q2, they will not take any further part in this session.
I was down in 14th anyway, wasn't I? I wasn't even 13th, so I don't think it's too much of a loss.
So
I was listed 14th on the top bar. Yeah,
P1.
Cool. Thank you, Cole.
Only half a tenth.
Okay, we can award the prediction points out in P2, Q2. Sorry.
Your 4
better than I could reasonably expect it, really.
AD, Rob, Josh, and Dragonfly. Dragon less than a tenth off of Zepti, but could not get round to start his lap. Same issue with Josh as well.
Thank you for your faith, the 3 viewers who voted for me getting through to Q2. It was a little bit of a false dawn, really, because so many people were out in Q1 due to retirements and not being present.
And as a result, they are out of the session.
You'd be rich if you could collect unlucky JBG. Perhaps the kind of luck will follow through in the race. Don't start with that, Red Dog. Right, I'll hand you over to Chocolate. I say hand you over.
Here we are for
You're back shortly. Okie dokie, JBG.
Definitely a few faces missing. The big one being
Evening,
ICU. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to have a straight fight
Attrition
here between
101,
Takuba
yes.
and Barb. It's purely based on Q2 alone. Then I would say...
How is the volume of the commentary, by the way? Is it about right? It looks level-wise, it looks slightly quieter than me, so just about right, really.
It's definitely going to be an interesting fight for pole here. And as we saw in Q2, it could be a very close one. Those latter positions as well could be decided by hundreds.
All good here, thank you, Red Dog.
Rocket,
even with Rob's on top. Okay, cool.
Losing the rear a little bit there, coming out.
Just a reminder, you can watch multiple channels, ! SDRL in the chat.
But it is only his
I know Rob is streaming, Cert will be streaming. Obviously the SDRL official channel and me, plus any others. Dark Viper usually streams, so if you fancy a multi-screen view, ! SDRL and follow the link in the chat.
all 10 drivers out on track.
I'm not sure if all of those people listed are actually streaming today, but certainly a number of them should be.
To find themselves a gap. Rocket and Barbance quite far out in front compared to the rest, though. If everybody starts backing up in the final sector, they might end up catching 1 or 2 cars. I doubt it, though, given how far they are ahead. So here we go now with Rocket on his return to SDRL. Where can he get himself here in Q3? He was P9 in Q2. Can he do better?
Who do you reckon's going to get pole?
Down towards
votes in the chat.
Late on the brakes. Got to be careful not to take too much curb on the inside, and he's invalidated his lap. So unlucky for him.
I saw that. Saw what, Rob?
Lap over already before it's really started. Rocket is going to be limping his way back to the pits, I expect. And yeah, not an ideal
Who put you off, Rob?
Q3 for him. Barbance.
Raven. Well, submit a clip, Rob. You know, that's what the incidents channel's for.
To set the time.
I wasn't sure if I held someone up during
we have a few cars further back
during the during quali, so hopefully not.
Then Takubi.
Not that a qualifying drop would make a huge amount of difference to me in the last race, I suspect, but it'd be nice not to have too many penalties.
More invalidations to come as well. But Barbance setting purple sectors as expected. He is the first one through. Takubi, though slightly faster, has the purple sector one. We'll wait and see. Can he snatch the middle sector as well? Here it comes. Barbance round the.
He was coming out of the pit, sped up and put you off, so you slowed down to let him in, lost time. Okay.
Takubi has set a purple middle sector as well. Barbance goes fast with a 1:57.
Like I say, record a clip. That's all you can do. That's what it's there for.
Take the provisional pole away from him. Zepti
if they
now
deserve a penalty, then
finish line,
you know, that's the way to get it done.
And he sets a 1:16.7. Then we have Cert, who sets a 1:17.5. I expect that was on used tyres. And then Takubi on his lap sets a 1:15.652 and goes fastest by half a tenth. We saw that same gap in Q2. He's brought it again out in Q3. Bowie a 16.5 goes third fastest. Berkey a 17.4, fifth fastest for him, and Rayburn a 16.1 goes third. And then we have Shuriken now coming round the final corner, followed by, I believe, Shan. Might be Rocket actually. Shuriken a 16.4, just a tenth ahead of his teammate. Then it's the two.
So my fastest lap in quali was it 1:17.9?
Run. Rocket coming around the final corner.
Thank you for the raid, Verstappen. Welcome in, Raiders.
Where he can put the AlphaTauri on the grid. We have yellow flags in the middle sector. That's just a car slowing down. Rocket a 17.2.
Yeah, 1:16.9 was I think my fastest, which is only a few tenths behind the likes. Sorry, 1:17
on hard.
17.9, wasn't it? So it's only a few tenths behind the likes of Cert, presumably also on old tyres.
But
mine was on an old tyre set,
early on,
I think.
On his first lap, did he use
it was on the second run on a set of tyres.
Has he actually aborted this lap as well? That looking at that lap time, actually, I think he might come into the pits here.
Spooky, English only, please. That's your last warning. If one of the mods can translate that, and if it
for
need be, then
qualifying 6 minutes.
Take appropriate action.
Left on the clock. Not ideal at all. Everybody now making their way back into the pit lane. We can all breathe for a moment and prepare ourselves for the rush at the end of this session.
Fair enough, Spooky, but keep it English for now, please.
And actually, we already have cars making their way out. Maybe gonna do a double outlap here. Barbance, 6 minutes left on the clock. I doubt you get enough time in.
Yes, thank you, Verstappen. I can mod my own channel.
With 6 minutes. I think that's just a little bit too ambitious, but maybe he's going to give it a go. That's one of the McLarens heading out to track as well. We'll see in a second which one. It is Cert heading out. Yeah, I'm not so sure about it unless he's doing a double outlap.
You turn VODs on yet, Verstappen, so we can all check out your streams.
It's quite early. 5 minutes still left on the clock. He's halfway round his outlap already. Not too sure what the plan is here.
Yes. Yeah, if you're going to type Dutch, don't do it in a channel with a Dutch mod.
Used tyre set, and he's just getting a bit of practice. No, it appears to be new.
I wasn't sure if it was Dutch or German. My languages aren't good enough. How many DNFs? Well, Chocolate only reckoned 4 or 5.
He is now coming around the final
so,
corner
I don't know. I'm hoping for at least 10. One of them not being me.
He does have the battery
but that might be wishful thinking.
On to start a lap here.
Your goal is 13 or 14.
Minutes left on the clock.
Oh, well, I could tune in live if you didn't only stream while I was streaming, Verstappen. Turn your VODs on, you big wuss.
Feel great. Oh, he's invalidated immediately. So he will be straight back into the pit lane. No need to worry about timing anymore.
Your goal is P. You can't have P13, Red Dog. That's my place.
On an outlap now.
I think I finished 6 or 7 times in P13 this race.
Doesn't even want to.
I did say thank you for the raid when you came in, Verstappen. You were paying attention, obviously. Feel free to watch my VOD and you will find out. I'm getting a top 10 this race. I would love to think so, Red Dog. I really would.
But everybody just biding their time.
Well, no VOD, no proof, Verstappen.
I guess Barben's maybe at a slight advantage. He's actually 600ths up on this lap.
Only if Chocolate says so. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to be a top 10 if Chocolate says so.
To do it. Purple through the middle sector. That's where he's found the time, primarily. Match sector 1, purple middle sector, and yeah, he's back into the pits now. And we have Rocket, the first driver out on the track.
All right, I'm going to leave you in Chocolate's capable hands while I go and take a quick loo break before the race. See you in a minute.
Doesn't want to get caught.
I'm not particularly keen on watching your VODs, but if you're going to stream, at least let people watch them, Verstappen. Be back in a minute.
To warm the tyres up. So Rocket and Cert, the first two onto the track. Cert just behind by close to a sector. Good 20 seconds back. Two minutes 20 left on the clock, and here it comes. The storm of cars, everybody now making their way out onto the track for the final run in this session. Here comes Rocket to start his lap. He's going to have a bit of traffic down through the first sector, I think. Hopefully not going to impact his lap here. Here we go now down into turn 1. The Williams on the inside just slowing down, lets him get through without any troubles there. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Up the hill now we go. DRS open on the exit. And a short straight down towards the hairpin of 5. Flicking it in left. Get it nice and turned. Be careful of the track limits on the exit. Don't want to run too wide. We go past the McLaren now. And then too fast. Right-handers. Flicking it in. Careful with the throttle on the exit. Don't spin those rear tyres up too much. And now down the hill. Up the hill again. And then back down it through the roller coaster sector 2. Oh, big snap of oversteer there for Rocket. Might have cost him a little bit of time. He's a 10th up on his previous lap. And he's actually gone wide. A 10th wouldn't have been enough anyway for him to improve, but just couldn't find the time.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same thing, Con. I watch a lot of VODs on channels that I can't watch live to see if I should make an effort to watch them live.
But still has plenty of the lap ahead to find some time. The rest of the drivers now making their way through the final sector, getting ready to start. Surt is going to come across a couple of cars of traffic on this lap. First, the Alpine of Barbans, and then the Mercedes of Kubi.
So there will be a short break after qualifying while they set up the lobby restart and for the race. So we'll run the quali prediction once we retire from this first race, I would suggest, Mods. Sorry, run the race prediction.
Underway. Here comes Surt now to the start-finish line. I will be interested actually to see if Rocket has continued on for another lap. Surt Dogan across the line, goes 7th fastest with 1:16.9, finds a decent chunk of time. Next, we are looking back to Shuriken, matching his first sector, marginally
Do I think you're plotting against me on stream? Well, we'll never know, will we, Verstappen?
Has he found more time here? Yes, he has. He's over a 10th up. He is looking to extend that lead over his teammate, try and secure that P4 spot, maybe even push on for P3, fighting out with Raben. Coming around the final corner now, pushing on towards the line. Shuriken was almost 2 tenths up through sector 2.
So how are the times looking? 15.652 to a 15.7. So the top two, potential for changes. Someone's run 3 sets of tyres. The second, Barbans.
Shan goes 8th fastest. And Berkey up to
Just,
3rd.
400s.
Berkey is 16.1. Nice lap from him. Raben takes it back though with a 15.9. Raben now onto the second row of the grid, starting 3rd place. Next car to cross the line is going to be Bowie. Can he stop those guys out in front across the start-finish line? It's a 1:16.2, goes 5th fastest ahead of Shan. And then Zepti goes 7th fastest ahead of Surt by a couple tenths. But the fight we're all waiting for, Rocket is about to cross the line. Here comes Takubi to the line. Can he extend his lead out in front? Yes, he can. It's a 15.5. What can Barbans do in response? He can only do a 0.6. Takubi takes pole here in Portugal. And that is going to be a massive sigh of relief for him. He ends Barbans' 4-race qualifying on pole streak, taking the pole position in the race where he needs to score as many points as possible to try and take the championship. He puts one hand onto that championship trophy, starting from pole with his rival down in 17th. This is a really good opportunity. I
didn't notice the other Ferrari during qualifying. Did Ungsti not turn up? Is that why?
This is going to be a very exciting race. ICU fighting his way through alongside
I would expect them to be in the top 10 if they were here.
Takubi going to be battling it out to try and take the championship. I'm sure Barbans is going to try and do ICU a few favours here to try and hold him up, maybe battle with him a little bit, kill off his tyres. But in the end, nobody can stop him in qualifying. Takubi takes pole by a 10.5 over Barbans of 1:15.519. Your pole position
the top 7 all within a second.
In Portimao, Raben 3rd fastest of 1:15.9. The only other driver to make it into the 15s, Berkey P4, Bowie P5, Shuriken P6, Zepti on his debut takes P7, Surt P8, Shan P9, and after a mistake after his return to SDRL, Rocket will start P10 on the grid. What a qualifying. Lots of surprises, lots of twists, small gaps between lots of drivers there. And in the end, Takubi takes pole. So we will be heading for a lobby restart now. We should be back in about 5 or so minutes, I would say. Something around that. So we will see you then once the lobby is all sorted out and we are ready to get underway for the race. So yeah, we'll see you in a minute.
What do you reckon to that for a strategy then, people? Or stopper? May as well do a practice start. You're definitely not plotting against me, nothing to worry about. Fair enough. I'm glad to hear it, Spooky. You had me so worried. So where did I come in that race? I made it to turn 3, which is more than some people did, I think. Excuse me. Dantax wins. Nicely done. I came 11th, so made up 3 places. You got a podium. Nicely done, Red Dog. The early retire was an excuse for... Yeah, everyone just has a mess about. So we just need to wait for them to get the lobby set up again. Well, we should stay in the same lobby. Let's just be down to Chocolate to sort out the grid, and we should be good to go. So we still have 19 drivers. I wonder who we're waiting for. There was still the chance that one of the main drivers didn't answer in time, so they gave his seat to a reserve driver. And then he said, "Oh, I didn't realise. Yes, I can make it after all." So I'm not sure what will happen there. I guess we will find out. Going to be a busy 5 minutes for the mods. Welcome back, Checo. Whatever must happen. Okay, so starting from P14, that's quite high up for me. It's tricky turn 1 here as well. I'm not particularly looking forward to being in the middle of it. 14, I guess it's going to be on the inside as well. Let's pull up the track details while we wait. Yeah, turn 1 is a 5th or 6th gear corner on a hot lap. Away from the start. I guess we will all have time to get up to that kind of speed, so the concertina effect going into 1 and then following through 2 could be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a VSC or even a full safety car on the first lap as a result. Turn 3 again is a heavy braking zone. Turn 1 is tricky with traffic. Absolutely, Red Dog. We do have all 20 drivers in now. Oh, let's just... Oh no, oh yeah, ICU just hasn't taken their car yet. So I could do without all of this pent-up anticipation. But hey-ho. Is what I dig.
All right, everyone, let's ready up now.
Well,
Yeah,
the
let's get underway.
anticipation. Well, it's a bot, Verstappen. Yeah. Do I have a chance? Hey, who knows? Okay, mods. So when the lights start to come on, if you could turn TTS off, and I'll call for it to come back on. I apologise if I'm not very responsive in chat for a little while. You too, Red Dog, and same to Rob if you can hear me. And anyone else is in my chat, Josh, etc. I didn't notice where Viper qualified. Nilex, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. So, I don't think the hards are the tire to run here, but soft medium. The softs didn't look like they were going to last nearly half the race, so I'm tempted to assume a two-stop strategy here and go soft, medium. I've always got the option of extending the first stint to just change to the mediums just before halfway through, so that'd be about lap 15, 16, maybe 14. I think 14 was what the game recommended. I dare say we'll find out in about 13 seconds. I suspect you're right, JBG. Yeah, 14 laps on the soft just isn't going to do it. That's only 7 seconds slower. I think we'll just stick with the tyres. Need to load the setup. Last plug for Sim Racing Centre setups. !SRC in the chat. Get you a discount code for 10% off, as well as an affiliate link. Please use it. It helps support the channel. Their setups are very good. And wholeheartedly recommend them. They do setups for iRacing, F1, F124. They've even got setups available. Assetto Corsa, the rally game. They'll do race engineering for you, hot lap analysis, and even training sessions. So check out their website if any of that floats your boat.
Alrighty then, we should be getting underway for the start of this race. Anytime now, 33 laps of racing ahead of us.
All right,
here
let's have TTS off, please,
at the
chaps.
Algarve International Circuit. And I think this is going to be
And good
a
luck,
really
everybody.
exciting one.
See you on the other side.
Championship on the
Starting
line.
on the inside.
Who is going to come out on top? We are here on the grid now. The 5 lights are coming on. And we are underway here in Portugal. Good start from Takubi. Good start from Barbans on the inside as well. Who is going to come out ahead as they get towards turn 1? Looks like Takubi's just going to get ahead. Barbans going to try and hang out on the inside. And there's contact. Takubi spinning Barbans round, contact with Raven as well. He might have picked some wing damage up. Barbans sent spinning to the back. Takubi out in front though. This is great for his championship. Dragon going down the order as well.
Clip
Not
that,
sure what's
please,
happened to him.
Mods. It
I
said
see
I had a
already up to
collision.
11th. Really nice start from him. Certain Chan fighting it as well as they make it their way down towards the hairpin. 3 wide, under braking contact between the two Alpha Tauris and the McLaren. The Red Bull of ICU getting opportunity, more contact on the exit. Shan and Dragon coming together as they try to get the power down. ICU now up to 9th. Really nice start from him. Shan managing to hang on to that position ahead of Dragon. Chaotic start down at the back though. Angstri making his way past an Alfa Romeo of Jack as well, making their way down the hill. Dark Viper around the outside of AD, getting that position
bollocks.
done. Not a good start from Barbans though. He has dropped down to 15th, putting some pressure on AD now round the outside, making their way through the final sector. And the 2 Ferraris battling out as well. AD dropping down the order on this race start. Let's have a look at those tyre compounds that the drivers have chosen. It's a split between soft and mediums. As expected here, the hard tyres not great on this track. 2 steps harder than the medium compound tyres. They're really slow. But Raven taking the race lead from Takubi down the start finish straight. Raven on the soft compound tyres has the pace. He's up into P1 now, challenging Takubi. Takubi trying to fight for the championship, but Raven could put a stopper to it if he's able to pull away on these soft compound tyres. This is going to be a battle that's fought throughout the race. Down in 17th, Jack all over the back of 18 as they head up the hill through turn 4. There's front wing damage actually for the Alfa Romeo. I'm surprised he's still fighting this one out. And now down the inside, can he hang on to it? A little bit of contact between the Ferrari and himself.
Clip that, please.
He gets the move done on the exit though. He's struggling for grip. And Dantax getting in on this as well. Does get past AD, not a great exit from the Ferrari driver. This battle down at the back and Dantax to the inside. That wing damage really hampering the Alfa Romeo driver. Barbans, Josh, Dark Viper and Angstri all fighting here down at the back. Angstri trying it round the outside and there's front wing damage. Angstri's picked up front wing damage. That's not great for him at all. I'm sure he'll be into the pits at the end of this lap. 5-10, 6/10 the lead out in front though for Raven. 1:19.1 fastest lap of the race so far for Raven. He is pulling away from Takubi out in front. Nice start from him so far. Dragonfly is actually setting the fastest lap of the race. Barbans going for it on Josh, getting that move done. 2 drivers into the pit lane, both of those with front wing damage. Jack picks up a 5 seconds for speeding. Not an ideal start for Dragon either. But yeah, one driver who's had a really nice start so far in this race has to be ICU, up so many positions off the race start. And yeah, I don't think he's complaining at all. I think the biggest loser though, Barbans from P2. He was challenging the lead into turn 1 and just got pinched on the inside, spun round. 3-second time penalty already, halfway through lap 3. Penalty for Josh. Not ideal for him. We have battles happening throughout the 3-second time onto the Dragonflies as well. ICU putting pressure to the inside of Rocket now, into the hairpin. Rocket's going to try and stick it, losing the rear there. ICU getting all out of shape. Rocket has those soft tyres. ICU on the mediums. Rocket gets the power down slightly better at the final corner. He has the inside line. ICU's going to tuck into his slipstream now as they make their way down the start-finish straight. Here comes ICU in the Red Bull. The sister team, Alpha Tauri, just doesn't have the straight line speed. And Dragonflies as well, pulling alongside. Is he going to try and get 2 into 1? No, he's not. He has the inside line on Rocket, though. A little bit of wheel banging on the exit. Dragonfly's just sticking it on the inside and gets the move done on Rocket up into P9 on those soft compound tyres. Another 3 seconds for Josh there. Bowie and Berkey down towards turn 5, the hairpin. Bowie just defending his position. Berkey just hanging on behind, a little bit of a snap of the rear. And these drivers just trying to hang on, make it work. The strategy is definitely going to be interesting here though. With some drivers opting for soft, some drivers opting for the mediums. That second stint, we could see some converging strategies, and when that does happen, it's going to be a fierce battle for sure. Dark Viper down 11th, all over the back of Dragon. Cert could be sizing up a move on Shuriken down the main straight as well. Look at the gap the top two have. 2 seconds over P3 now. And while we watch this, DRS has been enabled. It looks like Cert might go for a move on Shuriken further forward. You can just see in the foreground of the camera, he has gone for the inside, I think, and he is going to go for the move past the Williams. And yeah, he has ended up ahead. Dark Viper just not able to gain enough down the straight. Here we go towards turn 3. Had a look to the inside for a second on Dragonflies, and now he's going to try it round the outside. Up
Oh, you
the
don't
hill.
want to hop that yellow
More DRS
curve,
again
AD.
down this straight towards the hairpin. In the slipstream again. Is he going to have a look to the inside? He does. Not close enough though. Trying to make that move work. Can he get a good enough exit? Not quite. He's going to be under pressure from Shan as well, potentially behind. But Dark Viper just able to hang on. Dragon doing a really nice job defending at the front of this train. What is not good for him though is he has dropped out of the DRS of Rocket in front. So yeah, not ideal for him. He's going to be under a lot of pressure down the start-finish straight. And also we have Shannon Barbans both behind this as well, going to be really eager to try and get them moved on as soon as possible. DRS detection on the exit of this corner. Has Dragon got a good run? I think he actually has. Dragon is going to pick the DRS off of Rocket. And ICU, here he comes up into P6. ICU on a charge to save his championship. Takubi up into the race lead again. He's managed to get past Raven while we're watching those other battles. And crucially, what that means for him is that he is currently going to take the championship as it stands right now. Takubi winning, ICU and P6. Here comes Barbas to the inside, sending it on 2 cars in one corner. No, we have Will banging there with Dark Viper as he tried to make that move happen. Yeah, as it stands, Takubi 1, ICU 6. ICU will lose the Drivers' Championship. ICU needs to recover some more positions, but it looks like he is on a charge to do so. Could potentially size up a move on Zept. He has a look to the inside here as they make their way down the hill. It's going to switch to the outside for the next corner. He hasn't quite got a good enough exit to try and make that one happen. Yellow flags in the first sector. Jack has had a spin down at turn 1. Unfortunate for him, he is quite a way off the pack. Now he really needs a safety car. AD and Rob going at it through the middle sector as well. Could AD look for a switch back here on the exit? Doesn't look like he's going to get the power down. No, wasn't quite close enough there. Here comes Zepti. And here comes ICU as well. Both of them going for the move on Berkey. Berkey didn't have the DRS. ICU now up into P5. And championship back on. This is going to be a battle throughout the race, I think, between Takubi and ICU. But the championship is very much well on.
Yeah, if I can get to lap 6, which is my first stop.
Dark Viper and Barbans.
Get the wing
Dark Viper
fixed.
managed to get the move done cleanly. Barbans had to get moved on the outside there. Couldn't quite get
Safety
it done.
car,
Shani's out of the
excellent.
race. And we have a safety car here. Dragonfly's going into the back of Dark Viper. They're not sure exactly what happened. But Shan lost the rear on the exit 4 while these guys were fighting. Let's have a look at those penalties quickly. 3 seconds for Dragon, 3 seconds for Josh, 3 seconds for Angstji, 11 seconds for Jack at the back. There is retirements number 1, safety car number 1 here on lap 7. Strategy is definitely going to be interesting. Maybe we're going to see a medium soft gear. Maybe some people are going to try the hard tyres, even though they are a significantly slower compound. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I think we can anticipate more safety cars to come as well. I think anybody who starts on the mediums maybe going to go for another medium. I'm not too sure. This is a really weird track for strategy because of that interesting hard. Let's see what Takubi and Raven do. 1 and 2 on the grid, everybody is coming into the pit lane. I don't think a single driver is going to choose to stay out here. I don't think so at all. No. Takubi onto mediums, Raven onto mediums. Yeah, everybody seeming to opt for those medium compound tyres or soft tyres in the case of Zepti, ICU, Bowie. So we will just wait while the order sorts itself out. There's a couple of double stacks happening which are going to change the order around a little bit. But everything should stabilise out once they get out of the pit lane. We'll be able to see what the order is here in the race, how everybody is doing so far, and the real winners and losers off of the grid. So let's have a look here. Big gainers of this race: ICU up 12, Dark Viper up 10, Dantax up 6. They are the biggest gainers in this race. Biggest losers so far, obviously Shan with the DNF unfortunately couldn't keep that car under control, put it into the barriers, and Barbans as well from P2 on the grid dropped down to the back after the contact with Takubi. He was sent spinning around on the exit of turn 1. Let me just undo that and clean that. Click there is an invite link. That should work for you. So as for tyres, the Kubi on the mediums, Raven on the mediums, Bowie, Zepti, ICU for softs, Berkey for mediums, Cert and Shuriken have chosen soft, Dark Viper onto a set of mediums, Barbans onto a set of softs. Josh, one of 2 drivers to go for those hard compound tyres, taking the gamble here. Rocket onto a medium, Dragon and Dantax onto a soft, Rob onto a medium, AD onto a soft, Angstri onto a hard, the other driver to go for the hard.
So 25 laps left, so
Red
I need
Dog
to do about
onto the softs and Jack onto
11
the
on these tyres, so that'll be about lap 19.
The medium tyres and the soft tyres.
Maybe 20.
Oh, whoops. I pressed the wrong button.
Come on, Rob, catch a safety car.
Wait, I can send the link again for you. That link should work for you. Dantax into the pits. I'm not sure whether he was repairing a wing there. But yeah. Drivers making their way around here under the safety car. Hopefully we'll get back underway at the end of this lap 9. That would leave us with 24 laps of racing still to come. Plenty of time for some action in this race. I think you might be able to take the hard to the end, but the hards being two steps harder, they are quite a slow compound. I think a medium soft is going to be the fastest strategy, to be honest, simply because of the tyre wear.
Safety car in.
Safety car is in this lap confirmation. Here we go now to Kubi, backing the pack up, getting ready for the restart. When is he going to make the jump? It's a long run out of turn 14 all the way to turn 1. I think he's going to want to leave this one a little bit late. Maybe he can catch Raven off guard a little bit and let everybody else tow their way down to turn 1. Maybe those guys on the softs can get the jump on Raven and give himself a bit of defense. They had the pace on the first stint. Do they have the pace on this safety car restart? And there goes Takubi. Underway racing now. Got a nice restart there. 7/10 the gap to Raven. Who else has got a good restart behind? Looks like ICU's had a decent one. And Raven's into the pit lane. What is going on? Raven's pitting. Here comes Sert Dogan. Down the start, finish straight. Raven's retired. What's happened to Raven? Sert Dogan up into P5. Getting the move done on Berkey on the restart. Barban's fighting it with Dark Viper now as well as we head down towards turn 3. Dragon fighting it with Josh as well. Josh on the hard compound tyres, struggling for grip it seems. Yeah, not sure what happened with Raven.
I was going to let OnXG past, but
that would be great.
Didn't give me the chance. Realistically, they're going to have a much better chance of scoring points than I am.
All over the back of Rob. ICU's picked up a 3-second time, looking not ideal for him in his championship bid. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the pace is like on the hard. Devil, do you know what happened to Raven? Because, yeah, not too sure. 3-second time penalty for Jack as well. Look at the gap out in front though, 1.6 seconds to Kubi's advantage. Shuriken looking like he might size up a move here. Here he comes on Berkey now down the start finish straight. ICU going for the move up into P3 as well. Getting past the Alfa Romeo of Zepti. Dragonfly's getting past Rocket further back as well. Lots of moves happening down the start finish straight. Shuriken taking P6, a little tap from behind from Berkey there. And what's happened to Josh dropping down the order, losing a couple positions there. Up the hill now on the tire compound tyres. Rob seems to have got a better exit. Down the straight we go. Rob has the inside. He has the car ahead as well. Can Josh try and stick it around the outside? Looks like he's too far back. Maybe get the switchback. Just can't get the power down with those hard compound tyres. Just not enough grip for him. Back out in front. We have ICU closing in on Bowie. We have Barbans closing in on Berkey. We
can have TTS back on for a bit.
Down the start finish straight, like we saw last lap. Seems like the perfect overtaking opportunity, most popular for sure. Barbans to the inside of Berkey, getting the move done before they make it to the start finish straight. And Dark Viper all over the back of Berkey now as well. Going to be in that slipstream, getting ready.
Test completed.
To go for an overtake. Here comes
Thank you,
ICU
JVG.
on Bowie as well. Here he comes. P2 for him. He is now set after Takubi, his championship rival. If the race finished out, it was ignoring that penalty. Takubi would lead the championship by, I think, 16 points. Maybe it's 17. I don't know how's the fastest lap. It is Takubi. He would lead by 17 points. IC would have an outside shot at the title. 1.6 currently. Takubi's lead out in front.
Thank you for the follow.
Right now
Can't read who that is, apologies.
Try and take the title here.
2.4 seconds.
Shuriken on the back of Surt here. Surt starting to drop it back a little bit from Zepti, struggling to keep up with him. They're both on the soft compound tyres. But yeah, not keeping up too well with the Alfa Romeo. Almost dropping out of the DRS. I believe DRS has been enabled. Back we also have battle for P8, sorry, between Berkey, Dark Viper and Dragonflies. Shuriken gaining on Surt as they head down the start finish straight. Dragonflies gaining on Dark Viper as well. Here it comes. Shuriken had a look for the move but didn't have the straight line speed. Let's have a look further back. Here comes Dark Viper deploying his ERS. Here comes Dragonflies as well. They're going to be deploying all their battery heading into turn 1. Dragonflies and Berkey. Berkey's off the track, gone wide. Dragonflies up the inside through turn 2. Getting up into P9. This battle for those minor points positions. Barbans having a look on Surt round the outside after Shuriken got the move done on the start finish straight. Barbans up into P6 round the outside of the McLaren. Berkey further back, having a look to the outside of Dragonflies. Can he get the switchback now on the exit? He gets the better exit. Dragon didn't get out of the corner too well, even though he's on those soft compound tyres. Berkey not quite close enough to make a move though. Just having to back out there going into that tricky double right. Barbans again onto the back of Shuriken now. He is making overtake after overtake after overtake after that poor start, and he's past the Williams. We have yellow flags at the back as well. AD is round. He has lost the car. Hopefully no damage for the Ferrari. Look at the gap out in front as well. ICU now 1 second off of Takubi. He hasn't got DRS this time around, but maybe next lap he is going to pick up that rear wing flap opening, that drag reduction system, giving him that extra top line speed to try and catch up and make the overtake. Here we go now, down the start finish straight. This is for P6. We've got a bit of a DRS train forming here. And Dragon having a look to the inside of Dark Viper, getting his elbows out, squeezing the Hash driver wide. Dark Viper having a look to the inside now. For turn 3, switches to the outside as they go up the hill.
No, it's not, Mark.
Now Surt to the inside.
That's my first warning, need to be careful.
Dark Viper just gets the better exit though on the outside line. Manages to hold on to the P8 despite the pressure from Surt behind. Surt didn't look too confident. Surt's into the barriers. Surt is out of the race. Surt's lost the car, and we have a safety car here on lap 14. Surt losing it out of the double right into the barriers. His race is over. It's a double DNF for McLaren. It happened in Austria. It's happened
So
in
I don't
Portugal.
think there's any point in me
McLaren's
pitting.
Constructors'
I
chances
couldn't take the
just falling
mediums to
apart.
the
There's
end
some
from here, I don't
drive-throughs
think.
for
Although this
Bowie
is where it
under
wanted
the
me to
safety
change
car
the mediums.
speeding. Their races are falling apart here. Takubi into the pit lane. I expect we're going to see an exact repeat of what we saw under the last safety car. I think the tyres are exactly the same age, actually. Everybody going to be pitting under this safety car.
No, not new soft. I haven't got any new
And that
softs,
is
but
so
I haven't changed
unfortunate
tyres
for
yet,
Surt.
changed
He was having
compounds.
such a decent race there. Was on to pick up a couple of points.
If I
He
take
won the
softs, I'll
championship
definitely have to
fight
stop
with
again.
Zyros and Remote, I believe, are the two he's contending with. And also McLaren fighting for that constructor title. Josh has stayed out on the hard compound tyres. Can he pull off an interesting strategy here? Maybe hold Jacoby up a little bit. Could this play into ICU's hands? ICU on the medium compound tyres. If he can take them to the end of the race,
No,
I
I'm
think he's on
hoping
the
I can
fastest
take these to
strategy.
the end.
Oh, Josh has been disqualified. Okay,
Yeah.
not too sure what's happened there. Josh's race is over, and if that was the plan... Oh, right, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah. Well, Josh has well and truly bottled it. Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention.
So what happened to Josh? I didn't hear.
Any chance at some Red Bull tactics falling away immediately. 16 drivers left in the session. 3 DNFs, 1 disqualified, 2 safety cars.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, definitely not how I expected this race to go. But out in front of you.
I think,
straight back
Chocolate
for
did
the
say,
title between
but I didn't
Thompson,
quite catch
yes,
it.
ICU carries that penalty. But it's so easy to get track limits here. Maybe Takubi will pick
Josh
one up
may
later
come
on the
back in
race.
and tell
Could
us all
even
about
the
it, you never
playing
know.
field out for them. Bowie in P3 has a drive-through penalty. Let's get those penalties up, actually. So Bowie has a drive-through. ICU has 3 seconds. Dragon 3 seconds.
Okay.
Unksty 3 seconds. Rob 3 seconds. And Jack has 12 seconds. He's down in P13. But yeah,
Thank you for filling us in, Red, when
Definitely.
excited.
not how Josh would have wanted his race to end. Very unfortunate for him.
See if we can burn off some of this excess fuel we've got.
So, lap 16 out of 33. I should car round. Or am I saying thing? I think I'm just saying thing. Alright. So
it's going to
safety
be
car should be in at the end.
16
Everybody
laps.
has caught up to the pack. What's going on in the mid?
maybe 17 on these tyres. The game wanted me to go from soft to mediums on lap 14, so the game thinks it can be done.
So as for tyres on this restart, this could be the final stint of the race for some drivers. Takubi on the hards, ICU on the mediums, Bowie on the hards, Zepti on the mediums, Barbans on the mediums, Dark Viper on the mediums, Shuriken.
I do have another
Softs
set of
for
new
him, the
I
only
do have a new
driver
set of softs
on the
actually.
soft compound tyres. Berkey taking a medium.
So
along with
we'll
Dragon
have them
Rocket,
selected
ICU
in case there
behind
is
him,
another
Rob
safety
on the
car.
hard, Jack on
Safety
the
car
medium,
is in
Dan
this
Cat
lap.
on the hard, Red Dog on the medium, and AD at the back, also on the medium compound tyres. Safety car is in at the end of this lap.
We'll have
another
TTS off for
restart
a lap or
Takubi.
two,
This
if that's
time he
all right.
has ICU behind him. Can he do something here to try and get the jump? He doesn't want to be fighting with ICU. That's the last thing he wants to be doing, really risking some contact potentially. When is he going to make the jump? He went around here last time around. Is he going to do the same this time around? Looks like he's waiting a little bit longer, but he's gone. think he caught ICU napping a little bit. Looks like there's a decent gap between them. Remember, Bowie has a drive-through penalty to serve on his next lap. Zepti across the start-finish line, almost neck and neck, and gets the move done on Bowie, up into P3 already. Further back, Berkey down in P8, going for the move. Dragonflies to the inside. Is he going to get this one past? Berkey off the track. Dragonflies has the inside. We've seen this a few times in this race already. Dragonflies again
scary.
on the inside,
Red Dog was
getting the
come
better
into
end. We
the
have
side
yellow
of him
flags in
then.
the back. That is Red Dog going slowly, I think, and AD as well.
I'm not going
Berkey and
slowly,
Dragon
I was
banging
just
wheels,
trying
so
to
they make
avoid
their
him.
way down towards the hairpin off turn 5. Berkey has the inside. Here comes Ungstreet to the inside. Little bit of contact between Dragon and Berkey, and Dragon spun. Dragon only losing a couple of positions. He managed to recover that one. Rocket now up into P9. Ungstreet up into P8 with that dive bomb to the inside. And there's a massive crash. What's happened there? Jack and Dragon out. And we have another safety car. It's
So,
chaos. In
2 laps
Portugal
behind
on
the safety car.
restart. What happened between
14
Dragon and
laps
Jack?
on the softs. I think that's too
It
early.
looks like they've just gone straight on.
TTS on, and what do we think, chat?
What on earth just happened there? We're back on the safety car again. But we didn't get to serve. I think that was me. Can't remember what I said. I got the DNFs wrong for sure.
So what do we
but,
think? Change
I
the
think I said
softs or
3.
stick with
I think I
these?
said 3 DNFs, 4 safety cars.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I also said you weren't going to DNF, and look how that one turned out. Cert. Bowie is into the pit lane. He won't be able to serve his drive.
Yeah.
Dantak's also into the pits.
Absolutely chicken.
AD up to 11th place right now with the carnage that's been happening here.
That's a
Could
fair
he
point,
be
Corn.
on to try and take his first points of the season? He's come so close. Hey, Cert, who are you going to get in for the next race then? Exactly. AD has come so close to points on many occasions. Oh, Rockets goes down. Rob Kaz. Rob is out. What is going on in this race?
Jesus, what happened there?
Rob
Clip
has crashed
that.
under the safety car. I'm so confused what's going on. AD's now up to 8th.
Shut up, chocolate.
Berkey and Rocket, and I think Berkey, Rocket and Rob have come together. Berkey has no front wing, neither does Rocket. And Rob is out of the race. Is somebody in front slam on the brakes? It's absolute carnage here. 13 drivers left in the session, 2 of them missing a front wing. One of them has a drive-through. AD now up into P8.
No, I don't think they'll be that bad.
In Portimao.
The game wanted me to pit on lap 14 and change to mediums. That was the strategy it offered. I've got a new set of softs if the worst happens. Geez, I nearly went straight into the back of those guys that crashed as well.
So I expect we're gonna see Rocket and Berkey into the pit lane. I'm not sure if anybody
I
else
ran
got
softs
caught up
for
in
8
that.
laps and they were at about
Something look up front
30%
wings.
when I was
Looks like
practicing.
everybody else is intact. So I think it's just going to be those 2 we're seeing into the pit lane, yes. Fortunately, we're under the safety car, so they will be able to catch up to the pack as well, straight onto the back. We're going to have 14 laps of racing to the end, I believe. I think a soft tyre might make it to the end, actually. It would be a very bold strategy, but it might be possible. Berkey and Rocket both onto the soft compound tyres as well.
Yeah, it's not a track I've raced a huge amount of times either.
So,
Yeah,
this
like I
is
say,
going to be
I
a
did 8
very
laps on
exciting
them
end to the
while
race.
practicing.
Potential points.
And they were about 30%, so I
heading
probably
to
could
some
have done
drivers.
10 or 12.
Red Dog, AD, both yet to score points. Zepti also on his debut, currently sat in P3. Barbmans has managed to recover up to P4 though. He is going to be fighting for that podium. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting end to this race. Yeah, let's just quickly again remind ourselves of those penalties now. ICU 3 seconds.
So Bowie behind has got a drive-through.
Drive-through.
Which he can't serve under the safety car. If he times it right, he can serve it when the safety car comes in. really hate safety cars for exactly that reason. Unfortunate for Rob and the others. So easy to do in the early races. My early races with Cert anyway, not in the SDRL. I had so many instances under the safety car where I just ran into the back of people. So difficult to judge.
Those tyres in a little bit. So yeah.
Exactly. But brake lights wouldn't help when you press the brakes in a Formula 1 car. If you're within, you know, 10 metres like we have, or 10 car lengths even, you're in the back of them. If Happy in front, G was to hit his brakes now, me being able to stop would be pretty tricky.
It would be quite unfortunate if he doesn't end up.
That's why I always try and leave an offset whenever I'm behind someone under the safety car.
But Takubi out in front, ICU P2, as it is in the driver's standings, ICU carrying a penalty currently, is going to have to
It's pretty good in league racing, if I'm honest.
From the rest of them, because
but you know, as you've just seen, you still get incidents happening under the safety car.
Heading Takubi's way. If we saw Takubi, Brabant's ICU as our podium, and those three were able to pull away from the rest of them, build that 3-second gap, then Takubi would enter the final round of the season with a 19-point lead, and the only way
safety
ICU
car
would be able to win the championship would be to take the race win and have a really bad race from Takubi. The next season will be on F1 24, so won't be for a few weeks yet.
Yeah, TTS off, please,
safety
bots.
car in this lap, Takubi for the third or fourth time, can't remember exactly, I think it's the fourth. On a restart again. He's had a good restart each time so far. Can he do it again? Can ICU get a good reaction time here as they make their way now? Round turn 50, when is he gonna make the jump? And he has gone out to the final corner, moving over to break the slipstream. Zepti, on the back of ICU as they head down the straight. Ungsti coming for the move on Shuriken. He's gaining fast on Dark Viper as well. Could try and make 2 into 1 as they make their way into turn 1. Ungsti up into P6. Berkey already past Dantax up into P12. Bowie and Rocket fighting as well. Rocket on those soft compound tyres. Rocket past Red Dog, 3 wide up the hill. And Berkey coming in on this battle as well. Berkey up into P10 now, making the moves happen. Here comes Bowie to the inside of Red Dog. Remember, Bowie is carrying that drive-through penalty. He is going to have to serve that one.
AD.
Berkey now onto the back of AD. AD currently set to take his first points of the season. Although it looks like there's a little bit of a mistake there. Bowie onto the back of him. He will have to serve that drive-through. So AD will be back up into P10, I expect, at the end of this lap. Out in front, Barbans all over the back of Zepti, but Zepti is managing to keep up with ICU and Takubi. They're not able to build that gap. Takubi, I think, struggling a little bit with those hard compound tyres, given the 2 steps harder compound that they are. So here we go now, starting lap 22 of 33. Here comes ICU in the slipstream. Is he going to be having a look to the inside on Takubi? Doesn't look like he's quite close enough. Bowie into the pit lane to serve that drive-through. AD back up into the points positions, into P10. ICU all over the back of Takubi. He's now going to be under pressure from Zepti as he had tried to look for a move on Takubi. Didn't give him the greatest exit. Now down towards turn 5 though. Here comes the fight. Zepti having a look on ICU. Looked for a second like Barmas was going to get in on that as well. But they all slot in behind. A bit of a DRS train forming here down to P8. Only 2 time penalties currently in the grid. So the result should stay roughly as is.
Oh, AD, come on.
But still, 11 laps left in the race for plenty to happen. We can still see some incidents. We can still see some drama. We can see some battles. We can see overtakes. still plenty to come. Rounding the final braking zone of the track again. And Jacoby a little bit of a bigger lead this time around. DRS will be enabled on this lap, I believe. Down towards turn 5, there we go, confirmation. ICU gaining, and he's going to pull to the inside, and he's going to pull ahead of Jacoby. ICU takes the race lead on lap 23. Ungstri up past Dark Viper on this lap as well. Dark Viper getting the switch back though, and down the inside into turn 3. Is he going to get a good enough exit as they make their way up the hill? Round the outside through turn 4, Dark Viper gets the power down, and up ahead they both have DRS. Dark Viper's going to get the slipstream off Barbans, and he should hang on to this move. Ungstri down the inside, getting it back down on Dark Viper, forcing him off the track, getting his elbows out. Dark Viper gets back ahead of him. Nice battling between the pair of them. Very respectful driving. Ungstri sent it back to the inside. I think Dark Viper might have had an illegal overtake there, actually. Looks like he just let him through. Dark Viper under pressure from Shuriken behind as well momentarily. Seems to be hanging on all right in this battle. AD starting to come under pressure from Dantax as well.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.
That battle for the final points position could get spicy in the later stages of this race. ICU now has a lead of 8/10. He is starting to pull away out in front. Those hard compound tyres not working well enough for Takubi. Can ICU build the 3-second gap he needs to take the race win despite the penalty? Here we go down the main straight. Shuriken gaining on Dark Viper in the slipstream. Had a look, but not quite able to get close enough once he pulled out of that slipstream.
Oh, AD.
This battle continues on. Dantax also closing in on AD. It's going to take a monstrous defense from AD for the last 10 laps of this race to try and hang on to that P10. Down the inside, Shuriken having a look on Dark Viper. He has those soft compound tyres. Lots of those 9 laps that it says that he's completed were under the safety car, so they aren't going to be as worn as expected. Barbans all over the back of Zepti. Zepti's dropped out of the 1 second, so has Takubi. That front battle starting to spread out a little bit. Dark Viper's picked up a 3-second time penalty as well, not ideal for him. Barbans probably going to be sizing up a move here on Zepti as they make their way down the start-finish straight. Although Zepti, I think, just going to pick up that DRS off of Takubi in front. Takubi, crucially, does not have the DRS on ICU. This is ICU's chance to break away. He's going to take it as best he can. Here comes Barbans in the slipstream, deploying his battery. Going to pull to the right-hand side and go for the overtake on the Alfa Romeo driver. He's closing on Takubi as well. Could get in on this battle and bring this championship battle closer together as well. If he can hold Takubi up and Takubi gets P3 in this race, ICU would take the championship lead heading into the final round. Let's have a look at the fastest lap. I was just about to do that, Lay. Fastest lap currently held by Takubi. So if ICU wins Takubi third, they will go into the final round equal on points. Rob Kaz has left the session. He has retired. I'm on leader gap, that's why it looks so spread out. Dark Viper all over the back of Ungstri. This will be a battle for position between them now that they both have the penalty, and Dark Viper having a look to the inside of the Ferrari, and there's contact between them. Dark Viper almost getting spun around there as he tried to move to the inside, the door just getting slammed shut. AD under pressure from Dantax now as they head through the middle sector. Dantax had a look to the inside. AD covers it off, but the chance for AD's points, unless he's able to continue this battle with Dantax for the rest of this race, looking more dire and dire. And Dantax diving to the inside of the Ferrari. Has he managed to hang on to that move? Yes, he has. But AD's going to get the DRS now down the start-finish straight. This battle is going to continue on. Who is going to hang out? Barbans getting the move done on Takubi.
Flip that,
Takubi
please.
down to third, Barbans up to second. That is crucial for the championship. ICU still has to pull the gap, though currently as it stands I think he would finish in P4 with the gaps behind him. Down towards turn 5 we go now. Takubi having a look around the outside. They've closed back in on ICU. Barbans squeezing Takubi out there and just manages to hang on to the position. Those hard tyres not quite working for him. Shuriken and Rocket heading down towards the fast right-hander. Rocket has the inside line. He's going to go later on the brakes and get the move done on Shuriken. Shuriken, though, on the exit. Can he get the power down better as they make their way now down the hill, back up again to the left, and then right again. Rocket's going to have that inside line. He's going to send it down the inside. Shuriken now, better exit out of the corner, power back down round the outside into the next braking zone. Rocket has the inside again. Shuriken dancing his way round the outside, getting the move done on Rocket. Has he got it done fully though? I think he just about will now. But Rocket going to pick that DRS back up, and this battle will continue on. He's getting a better exit out of that final corner. Here we go down the start finish straight. Rocket back past Shuriken. He has the DRS as well to defend it down the start finish straight. Nice moves from the pair of them. Really great racing in this race. Here comes Zepti and Angsti. Angsti up into P4 now. The battle for the lead, only
Ferrari
separated by a
teammate up to
couple tenths.
P4.
Barman's having a look to the inside of ICU. I think also trying to defend from Takubi behind as well. Making our way now down towards turn 5. Takubi gaining on the Alpine, sorry. Not quite gaining enough. A little bit of contact there between Angsti and Takubi. Angsti going into the back of the Mercedes driver. Bowie is making his way through the field. He's now up into 12th position. 27 out of 33 laps completed. He still has a chance, and that's Angsti. Angsti is round onto the grass. The Ferrari is sent spinning around. I don't know if there was contact with him, but he is now down to P8. His race seemingly over. He will still score a couple of points, but he was on for P4 potentially if he could build that gap out in front. Now ICU leading by 7 tenths from Barbans, 3 tenths to Takubi. These midfield battles are getting
These
close. This
tyres
battle
are
for the
not good.
lead is getting close. As it stands, ICU will finish down in P5. If Takubi can overtake Barbans and they finish as is with the penalty position, then Takubi would win the championship. This is championship critical that they pull the gap. Shuriken back past Rocket. Berkey is into the pit lane. I'm not sure if he picked up some damage there. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, why is Berkey pitted? That could be interesting.
No, he's not. He's going for the fastest lap, I think. We've seen him do this a couple of times. Berkey into the pit lane to try and snatch that fastest lap away. That would play into ICU's hands. I believe if Takubi doesn't have the fastest lap, ICU needs to be in the top 4. Remote happy is actually your replacement. And ICU off again! ICU's picked up another 3 seconds! This is falling apart for ICU. Takubi's past Barbans as well. Takubi now into P2. He will inherit the lead with that penalty. He's not going to pick up the DRS, so it looks like Barbans has been holding him up through that on that last lap. 1.5 seconds the gap in front. Barbans is going to do all he can to try and hold Takubi up here. Try and give us a championship battle into the final round of the season. Here comes Barbans again with the DRS back up into P2, the net race lead back for the Alpine driver. Rocket closing in on Shuriken. He is going to retake that P6 position. AD and Bowie battling out as well as they make their way down the start-finish straight. This battle is going to get close as well, and I think Bowie just going to breeze past with the DRS. Takubi back up past Barbans, back into the P2 position. This race is going to come down to the wire. This championship is going to come down to the wire. That 6-second penalty will currently drop him down to P5 as it stands. The gap between Dark Viper and Rocket sufficient to keep ICU in P5 as it stands. Takubi has the fastest lap. Takubi is champion. However, if Berkey does steal that fastest lap away, he's set a purple first sector, 22.2 in sector 1 for Berkey. He is trying to snatch that fastest lap away. If he can take the fastest lap from Takubi here, ICU will still be in the championship fight, albeit only by a couple of points, heading into the final round of the race. ICU leading us away on lap 30 of 33, sorry. We're not on the last lap yet. And now into turn 1, Barman still all over the back of him. Shuriken back past Rocket as well. They're keen continuing that fight. Takubi still does not have the DRS off of ICU. He cannot close the gap, and his battery is flashing. That is crucial again in this fight. Barber's having looked to the inside for a moment. They're just too far back to make that one happen. Rocket closing in on Shuriken as they make their way towards turn 5. Is he going to send it to the inside? Yes, he does. Late on the brakes, but he goes deep, and that lets Shuriken and Ungshi through a little bit of wheel banging there on the exit with the Ferrari. The Ferrari's out of shape, and the Ferrari's round. Contact on the exit, and Ungshi retires from the race.
Well, that's my teammate out.
And I think that's going to put AD back up into the points. 6 seconds, though, between Berkey and AD. That gap could be decisive in this final race standing position. Can Berkey close the gap enough? Berkey took the fastest lap of the race, and that crucially puts ICU back into championship contention.
Berkey was 6 seconds a lap quicker than me last lap, so this is going to take long.
AD trying to hang on to take his points finish here. Here comes Barbers down the start-finish straight, closing in on the Mercedes, closing, pulls to the inside line, and he is going to retake that P2, heading into lap 31 of 33. 3 laps to go in this race. The championship could be decided here, but I think ICU will just about hang on here to continue this championship battle. 3-second time penalty for Red Dog. Unfortunate for him, down in P12 currently.
Thank you, Cert, but I'm not sure it's going to help.
2/10 between Berkey and Dantax. Bowie. So that's Bowie and Dantax, not Berkey and Dantax. Between Bowie and Dantax. Bowie to the inside now for turn 5. Later on the brakes, getting past the Haas driver up into P8 now. He's had a nice recovery after serving that drive-through. What could he have done without that drive-through? Could he have been in the fight potentially for this podium? Would have been a very interesting what-if to see. What if though? That is what we're going to be saying after this race. What if Barbans hadn't have been spun on lap 1? What would have happened if we didn't have all this chaos? Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one to talk about after this race. Lap 32 being started by the leaders now. Penultimate lap of this race. Barbans ahead of Takubi.
Yellow flags.
Yellow flags. And Dantax is round. Dantax off in the final sector. AD up to P9. He's under pressure from Berkey, but as long as he can keep it on the track, he should be set to take the points position here. He has a big enough gap behind. I think AD might be on to take the points finally.
Shut up, chocolate.
Out in front, Barban still holding Takubi up. This battle is for the race win with ICU 6 seconds of penalties. Dantax picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Dantax has retired as well. 11 finishers left in the race. This is a race of attrition. Let's get those penalties up on screen. 6 seconds for ICU. As it stands, that 6 seconds will drop him down to P5. We're going on to the last lap very soon. ICU has as big of a lead as possible to try and hang on to this one. 1.7 seconds between ICU and Barbans. There's yellow flags down at turn 1 with the retired car. This could hamper the chances of Takubi to try and overtake Barbans. We'll have to wait and see as we make our way down towards turn 1 now. 4 cars in the DRS of each other in the slipstream down towards turn 1. Takubi's not close enough to make the move here. The car is gone. The yellow flags are gone. He will have a chance down into turn 5 if he can get close enough to the Alpine car. Making our way up the hill now. He's only within a couple tenths. Is he going to try and make the lunge down into turn 5 late on the brakes? Try and get the move done on the Alpine. It will be for the net race lead. He is gaining on the Alpine, gaining. Not close enough though. He has to slot in behind. That is probably the best overtaking opportunity of the lap now gone. So unfortunate for him. Dark Viper really close to the back of Zepti as well as they make their way through the middle sector. These battles getting so close, but not close enough. ICU has that 6 seconds. He will not win this race, and we have yellow flags, and it's ICU! ICU's round! ICU sent spinning round. Is that championship over? We'll need to wait and see for the Gapster update. If Barbans gets overtaken, it's championship over, I think, for ICU. ICU will drop behind Shuriken out of the top 5. Takubi is in a fight for the championship now. If he can overtake Barbans, he will take the championship win here out of the final corner. Has he got a good enough exit? His battery is flashing. Barbans is going to be deploying all the battery. They're going to run it up to the line. It looks like Barbans just has a good enough advantage. The championship will go to the final round. Takubi takes P2. Barbans wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Zepti takes his first podium. Dark Viper P4. ICU has the 5-second penalty. It's going to drop him a couple positions. He will take P7, just about hanging on to his championship fight. But it seems so slim of a chance now heading into the final round. 3/10 Takubi was away from taking the championship win. Rocket comes home in P6, Shuriken P5, Bowie P8, Berkey coming across the line now, takes P9, and finally, for the first time in SDRL, round 11, AD is going to come across the line to take his first points finish of the season. What a race from AD. He managed to avoid the chaos, and it's P10 for AD. Points home for the Brit.
Oh, that has been a long time coming.
What a race. Went down to the wire. And, yeah. That was a race and a half. Dark Viper takes driver of the day.
Clip that, actually. I'd like to see what my tyres were as they crossed the line.
Interviews. That was
Clucking bell.
An amazing race. Lots of chaos, lots of safety cars. A few more than the 4 DNFs that I predicted.
Interview now. I won't bother this week, sir.
Barbans taking another win. Takubi P2, Zepti P3, and then it was Dark Viper, Shuriken, Rocket, ICU, Bowie, Berkey, AD, Red Dog, the final finish,
Jantax, thank you guys.
P12,
means a lot.
DNF, and then Unchi, Rob,
Tyres
Jack,
are close
Dragon,
to 50%.
Surt, Raven, Shan, and Josh all DNFing
Few points,
as well.
Berkey, just the one, wasn't it?
So many DNFs. Berkey takes the fastest lap, which in the end gets him the extra points. He made his way back into the points.
I feel like Lando Norris now, except all they did was score a point.
The battle continues to Silverstone. The final round, it's an outside shot for ICU to take the championship win. But it is there if he can win the race, and Barbans is way
I'll see you on Tuesday.
Back.
Oh, you expecting a penalty, Berkey?
10 out of the points. I'm not sure exactly what the gap is going to be needed. There is potentially a chance.
I only do interviews when I make mistakes.
To take that championship win. It's an outside shot, but we've seen it happen before.
You may or may not have caused a massive crash.
Congratulations to all the drivers. Race of attrition coming to an end. I think it's definitely time now for the.
This will be in the history books. This is why he's a Ferrari driver.
Let me just get all that sorted.
The best Ferrari driver. Don't be stupid, Raven. That's taken it just too far, but thank you everyone for your support. That means an awful lot. Congrats, thank you, Dragonflies. Why can't I hear chocolate? Oh, there he is.
Hungarian national anthem.
So I guess I probably should. Let's turn the anthem off. Let me know when that finishes. Oh. You just wanted to not win anyone's race. Well, you did okay. Lay forced you to take that point in P10. Thanks, Berkey. You had beef with my teammate. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dark Viper. Next year, the Ham will be my teammate. Yes, I'm not going to be in a Ferrari next year. They'll stick me in a fucking Haas or something if they got any sense. I scored the point because of your raid. Well, I will let you have that one, Verstappen. Anything is possible. You bobbled on T1 and you thought you were in trouble. Yeah, I thought you were going to come into the side of me, Red Dog. Yeah, it was between Turn 2 and 3, wasn't it, I think? Complete the prediction. Yeah, I guess so. If it's based on... We can't wait until Tuesday to finish the prediction, Corn. God, how long's this anthem? No points are being paid out. See, ye of little faith. Thanks for all your faith, guys.
All right, then. There we go. The Hungarian national anthem. Congratulations to Barbans for the race win. Really nice drive from him, just managing to hold
Anthem just
off
finished, thank you.
ICU in the end. And in the end, that saves ICU's championship chances for one last shot.
Small blocking
out
on your
in
hot lap.
Silverstone.
Yeah, I
Let's
thought so,
get
Bowie.
into the
Sorry.
VC now.
I do apologise. I
And let's
was trying to get out the
drag
way.
in. Let me just sort the stream out. There we go. Let's drag in Sir Dugan.
Racing just for fun.
Hello,
well,
Sut.
Report it if you need to, Bowie. I took a clip of it myself because I thought I was trying to get out of the way and I had Rob in front of me as well.
Sut.
So, yeah, hey-ho.
Hello, Sat. Not the race you were looking for, I don't think. In the end, lots of chaos, and
It's
in
hot
the
in
end,
here.
it was a DNF for
Or
you.
is it just me?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened, to be honest, at that lap, I was feeling something weird. If I'm
I
gonna
need
be
a drink.
honest with you.
Yeah, water, but it's not going to cut it.
I wasn't
Thank you, JBG.
comfortable
Thanks
at
for
all, and,
your modding duties as
at the
ever, and I
beginning
will
of
talk to you tomorrow.
that
An alcoholic
lap,
one.
that
It's a bit late here,
lap,
Red Dog. It's
I
gone
lost
midnight.
It, went on the grass and managed to keep it, keep the car in one piece.
You're not going to
And
report
then,
me? Oh, well, thanks for that, Bowie. I might self-report.
Yeah, and then you know.
I did deserve it.
Shit happened.
The report.
I just lost it. I just didn't want to brake with the paddle. I have no idea why. Instead of that, I want to use.
You lost 4 tenths,
I
Bowie.
wanted to
Yeah,
go one gear down.
I can only
and
apologise.
we slowed the car down, but it was definitely not the wise choice. Very rookie mistake from my side. I think if I would be in a race,
Nobody thought this
I
was
think
happening, it
I
says
would
in the
be
prediction.
like
You're not wrong.
P6,
You gained it back the next hot lap. Oh, I'm glad it didn't ruin your
5,
qualifying, Bowie.
somewhere around there. But at the end, we move on.
Yeah.
Unfortunate weekend for McLaren.
Yeah,
Once again.
unfortunate for you in the race there. Double DNF for McLaren, P8 on the grid for you. How was the qualifying for you?
Quali, I wouldn't say that ideal, but I wouldn't say that it was too bad. I think I could do 0.4 more maximum, and I have no idea where it would put me. But yeah, it's just not my race. It was not my race. We are not happy, and I don't know what to tell to Zach Brown.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss.
You were half a second off the next car in qualifying, so maybe not enough
It
pace.
wouldn't change. Yeah, it wouldn't change anything.
But yeah, overall, I guess another weekend to forget down at McLaren. Not an ideal result for you. Definitely going to spice up your championship battle with Alpine. With
I think I'm now
Bottas
no
taking
longer
race
the
win.
only full-time driver without a point.
That gap is going to close between you.
Unless
But
there's
we're going to
still
get a showdown, I
Stewart's
think, between
incidents
you and
to come.
your team, McLaren, and Barbas' team, Alpine. The final race is going to be an interesting one. Hopefully, you can have some better luck next time out.
I hope so. I hope so. We will see together, right?
Yep.
And
alright.
also, before I leave, I would like to ask, what is the point difference at the moment? Takubi P2 without an fastest lap, and ICU P7. So, what is the current
I
gap?
haven't actually calculated it, but so ICU will score 6 points. Takubi will score 18 points, so Takubi will extend his lead by
hello.
12 points.
Unusual
That
name.
doesn't seem- what?
Wait.
No.
Takubi will get how many points?
Yes. Takubi will outscore by 12 points, so Takubi will have a 21-point lead going into the final round.
Cool.
So in
it's a
theory,
big gap to close. Still
Takubi
theoretically
could lose the
possible.
championship,
Yeah.
but
Wait, what's-
Yeah, we'll see.
hey,
But
well,
yeah,
we've just seen me
best of
score
luck.
points. Anything could happen.
Lovely commentary, and see you, mate.
All right, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have I just finished? Yes, I have. SOS.
Okay, let's go for AD Hawkins. AD, what can I say? You have finally done it. Points on the board.
Absolutely. It took a long time coming, didn't it, Chocolate? I was swearing at you all through that race. AD's up in 8th place. Shut up, Chocolate. But hey ho.
Well, in the end, you managed to bring it home. P10, the points have been scored.
Yeah.
You proved everyone wrong. Tell us about your race.
Well, I think I just had a relatively clean race. I think I had one spin in the race. I don't know how I managed to miss the incident under the safety car where Rob went out and 2 others were involved. That was a definite change of underwear required on that. But yeah, I just kept driving and tried not to make any mistakes. I think I got lucky with other people going out. And yeah, hey, I'll take a point. It's been a long time coming.
Yep. We said it quite a few times in these interviews, race of attrition hopefully next time out, and you might be able to score the points. Well, you finally got that chaotic race, and the points have come for you. You must be so pleased.
I really am. I've got to thank all the people who came into my chat after the race to congratulate me on that 1 point. I feel a bit like Lando Norris, but with a few less points. But yeah, it was a good night for me.
Yeah, well, massive congratulations. It's Silverstone next time out, your home race.
Indeed.
How do you think you're going to do there?
Well, if I have any good tracks, Silverstone is one of them. So at least, it's not one of my bad tracks, thankfully. But I suspect, realistically, I'll still be a couple of seconds off the pace of the guys at the front. So all I can hope for is that I keep it clean and incidents help me move forwards.
Yep. Well, best of luck next time out, and congratulations on the point.
Thanks very much.
Amazing job from you.
Thanks a lot, and thanks again for the commentary. It's finally happened.
No problem.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
It's finally happened. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Has anyone ever told me I look like Crofty if he had a beard? No, they haven't. Has anyone ever told me I look like Crofty if he had a beard? No, they haven't. All
right, then, let's go.
Oh, sorry, I was still in the SDRL chat there.
Hello, Dragon.
It's as far as it depends what you mean when you really say what, Verstappen?
Super disappointed.
Anyway, so there we go. Who are they talking to now? Dragon.
10 laps. Like the first 2 laps, I got wing damage because I broke way too late into ICU, and but yeah, I was still like
it's from a TV interview. Oh, okay.
Damage,
Fair enough. Verstappen.
Pace with ICU. I actually overtook him. Obviously I was fighting him.
The most awkward TV interview. I hope I give good interview.
So Takubi would be.
It's nice having something positive to say for a change.
Race. But yeah, after that, I mean, in general, I had great.
Is it the real Verstappen? No, it's not. SOS. He's a Verstappen fan. It says so.
People, I was genuinely fighting them and getting a small gap on them. So, and then I don't know if you saw when you said that I spun, I think. When I spun, basically me and Berkey were side by side, nothing wrong with that. Me and Berkey were having a nice fight. But then there was
undercover. It's unlikely.
And I did not know that.
I'm sure he's got better things to do than watch some old bloke just about scrape 10th in a race.
Berkey went into me and I spun, and the Ferrari went without a problem, but me and Berkey obviously got the worst of it. And then right after that incident, Frosty, I think, was behind me. And honestly, I'll be just straightforward.
You look, she's running out so fast. So what happened, Rob? I saw it unfold in front of me and nearly ended up in the back of it myself. But I didn't actually see what happens.
Again, points lost because people are rushing.
Well, thanks for your support, SOS.
Yeah, well, unfortunate race. There was lots of chaos through that one. Definitely points on the cards for you.
Yeah, you
how
got
do
unlucky,
you think
Rob.
you're going to do next time out in Silverstone?
There's 3.
I did say it myself, but you didn't have to agree.
Qatar, Silverstone, and Belgium. So hopefully it goes great. At least I'm hoping at the top 6. There you go.
Any plans on taking the 9th DNF there?
Shut up, fuck you. No, hopefully not. Okay.
Alright.
I'm just gonna be said this, like, you guys say I'm a DNF DNF flies, but I DNF like 6 times because of others, okay? Thank you. Goodbye. Good night. Love you all. Love you, Chucky, and bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good
This
one.
is Dragon.
Alright then, let's go for Zepti. Hello, Zepti.
Good evening.
P3, I believe it was for you on your debut. Not too bad a result, I guess.
Yes.
Two spun, one
First of
half the
all, big
road
shout out
behind the
to
smoke. You didn't see him.
Dogan for
As soon
hosting
as you
this.
saw him,
It's
he was
really
backing
awesome.
into
Shout
you.
out to you
Okay.
for streaming it. Also to the Norwegian fellow Bowie for inviting me here. Really good, awesome race. I loved it.
Yeah, so just tell us a little bit about your race. You started P7 on the grid. How was it fighting through?
Well, I was at work in
It's
Q1.
not necessarily
rushed
true
home,
of Verstappen.
hadn't practiced one lap on Portimao, but my plan
Put
was
your steering wheel where your mouth
keep
is,
it clean.
Verstappen, and
I
sign up
don't
for
know
next season.
the drivers in the league yet, so I'm just gonna be a nice guy and I'm not gonna be too hard on the fights. Keep my wings intact and stick to the plan. Sadly, my friend Bowie got a drive-through, but yeah, I mean, keep it clean, go to the end. That was the plan.
And in the end, you managed to capitalize on the
Do
mistakes
that
of
if you
others. It was
likes
P3 for you.
SOS.
Yeah,
Yes.
so podium on debut. Yeah, must be happy
Yes.
with that one.
Yes, really, really, really happy.
Podium on his debut. Nicely done.
Next race out in Silverstone. I'm not sure if you will be racing. Hopefully you will.
I will try.
How do you do at Silverstone? You good there?
I like Silverstone.
Who's
It's
SOS?
like
I
one
have
of my
no
good
idea,
tracks. I
Verstappen.
think we just had a Norwegian League race there, so some
Well, that's not very
rounds
nice,
already
SOS, is it?
practiced. So I think it's gonna be a good challenge for the other.
I'm
top
sure
guys,
Verstappen knew
I hope.
exactly what I meant. You never heard the expression,
we'll
put
have to
your
wait
money
and
where
see.
your mouth is.
Hopefully
Yeah.
you'll
I
be
told him
racing.
to put his
Hopefully
steering wheel where his
you
mouth
get a
is.
chance to show us your pace round there. But
Yes.
yeah, let's see how it goes for you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was
No
really
problem. No problem. All right then.
You didn't hear
Let's
what I said.
go for
You said
Josh
something
next.
like,
Hello,
you were talking about
Josh.
Dragon, and I said, well, why don't you put your steering wheel where your mouth is? And
Not the ideal race finish for you, I guess.
Whatever, you're
Probably
being
not how you
deliberately
wanted that one
obtuse.
to end.
Not particularly, no.
Yeah, just tell us about what happened there.
Yeah, let's see what happened to Josh.
Well, according to the pace, we'll start in qualifying. I should have got through, but I didn't make it to the line because Sir Dorgan decided to take about 20 years doing brake dragging, and I was stuck behind him. So I didn't make it to the line. Thanks, Sir. Onto the race.
I'll
couldn't
answer you in a
settle
second,
in.
Verstappen.
I kept making mistakes. It happens every race, and I get penalties because of it. And then it got worse from there. I stayed out. I was going to defend Takubi, and then I don't want to talk about what happened next.
Was that just a misjudgment? Not seeing the safety car?
Well, it's the first time the safety car has actually been in front of me by one car. So I didn't
Unlucky
notice.
Josh.
I was going full pelt down the straight.
Right. Yeah, well, unfortunate end to your race. It's Silverstone next time, home race. How do you think you're doing there?
Well, if I'm first, I won't overtake the safety car. But I think I should get a top 10. This is my home race. I can't not get points.
And as for the Drivers' Championship, ICU will now be 21 points behind Takubi. Do you think there's anything you can do next time out to try and give ICU that outside chance to win? Do you think you'll be able to hold Takubi up?
He's too good of a driver, but I could crash into him.
Well, let's not do that. But yeah,
Now, Josh.
let's keep it clean. Hopefully, we'll get a nice championship battle in the end. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, best of luck next time out. Hopefully, some points heading your way.
Thanks for the commentary.
No problem. Okay, so let's go for Rocket. Hello, Rocket.
Good evening.
So it was P6 for you in the end. Not too bad a result on your return.
Yeah, not bad at all. Probably owed a bit to how chaotic that race was, but got caught up in a couple of moments myself too.
Yeah, so Q3, you didn't really get a good lap in there. What happened for you?
I was just track limits first lap, and then the second lap was just pushing too hard. Lost the back end, went into the negative, and then that was that. It was just a couple of errors trying to extract that extra few tenths to put me up a place, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, you managed to recover it in the race, up 4 positions to P6. You had a few nice battles as well with Shuriken. Can't be too upset with it, I don't think.
No, it was great fun. It was great fun, Shuriken, plenty of space given, etc. It was really good racing. Bit of a strange incident under the safety car with Berkey. I'm not sure what happened there. He just seemed to not see me in front and steamed into the back of me. Who knows? Maybe he saw a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. But other than that, yeah, it was a pretty good race.
And Silverstone next time out, do you think? Well, firstly, do you think you're going to be racing?
If
Or-
there's a spot, yeah, I'm happy to race. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what
that's
do you
enough.
think
We all
how
know the
do you
lyrics,
think you're gonna
SOS.
fare there?
Probably similar to Portugal. It's not my best track, but it's not my worst. I'll just attack it the same way I did today. Try keep my nose clean and just pick them off as and when the opportunities are there.
All right then. Best of luck for you, and yeah, congratulations on the P6. Decent
Verstappen,
result
I
for
could
you.
mod my own channel. Thank you very much.
And great commentary. Cheers.
Thank you. All right then, let's get Jack in. Oh no, I think he's got an issue. Let's try Rob. Hello, Rob. Can you hear me?
Let's see what Rob's got to say.
P11 for you. Unfortunately, just missing out on those points. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your race.
Well, everything was doing great. Well, maybe a big chaos at the first lap, but it's fine. Everything happens. And then coming to the fourth safety car was pretty far away from 2 cars colliding each other. And one, I think Barkey, I think it was, gone behind the smoke, and I didn't see him. I thought he had gone into the grass or something. And when everything cleared up, I saw him like slowly backing into the middle of the road where I was trying to avoid, and just gone.
Yeah, unfortunate for you.
So it was a bit chaotic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely could have been a better result. Next time out, Silverstone. How do you think you can do there?
Well, I'm fine with the Silverstone. I'm sure it's not really hard a track to learn, so I'm not really expecting to be anywhere close to top 10, but anything can happen. Anything can change. Maybe luck one day will turn down to my side. So
Yeah, well, best of luck next time out. Hopefully, you can get a decent result. But yeah, commiserations in that race. Very much
Thank
what
you.
could have been. All right.
This is Rob. Rob
Let's see if we
Casplay.
can get Jack in. We'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, then we will just. Oh, have we worked? Can you hear me, Jack?
Yep, I can hear you.
There we go, lovely.
My God, is this kid 12?
Not, I guess, the race you would have wanted there, ending in the DNF. Just tell us a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, so basically I was just rushing myself, trying to catch Dragon, and then that 4 wide into turn 5, I just had to rush through, and I just went for a gap that wasn't there, to be honest, and yeah, that then just all happened.
Is how it sounded, Rob.
Unfortunately, both your races coming to an end there. Qualifying as well. What happened there? Because I think you were safely through, and then you had a crash.
Your interview sounded fine, Rob.
Yeah, I just kind of spun out and then lost my wing, and then I just stupidly decided to retire, not thinking that I wouldn't be in Q2 if I'd done that. But yeah, and then I realised after, and then I just
Right,
went on.
SOS Verstappen, pack it in.
Well, unfortunate. Silverstone
I will make you
next
pack it
time
in.
out. If you are racing, how do you think you're going to do there?
Well, if I do get a seat, that's if. I think I'll do pretty well. It's one of my good tracks, and I think I'll be able to have some quality there.
All right, then. Best of luck for you. Hopefully, a decent result heading your way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it from me. Chaotic race. That's the only way I can describe it, really. In the end,
Hey, I like chaos.
Takuvi could not quite clinch the championship. He was only a couple tenths away, but Barbans managed to hang on to take that race win. First points of the season for AD as well. Decent result for Rocket on his return. Maiden race result. It was a podium for the Alfa Romeo. I've forgotten what his name was now. Zepti, that was it. So yeah, not a bad race for some people. Some people just getting caught up in a couple incidents. McLaren going to be suffering a lot though. I think Alpine are actually going to overtake them in the championship, in the constructors. I believe Alpine will jump 2 points ahead to 139. So yeah, going to be an interesting one heading into the season finale at Silverstone. Who is going to be able to come out on top? Still plenty of battles to be settled here.
Yeah, give Rob a break. I bet your
who is going to win
whatever
that
his native language isn't as good as his English.
I cannot wait to watch
something
that
I
one.
always
I cannot
say
wait to see those
when
battles
people
settle.
apologise for their
It
English
could
in
be
my
carnage
chat.
in the late stages as people tried to battle.
They speak
for
English
those
much better
final
than
few
I can speak their
positions.
language.
But that is going to be it from me here in Portugal.
Exactly,
Thank you
Rob.
everybody for watching, and we will see you. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be next week. I'm not too sure, but yeah, thank you everybody, and goodbye.
Thank you, Chocolate, and we will say goodbye. All right, Verstappen. So what I said was, why don't you put your steering wheel where your mouth is? I was trying to be funny about, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? So I wasn't telling you to put your steering wheel in your mouth. That would be silly. But yes, put your steering wheel where your mouth is and sign up for SDRL next season. Anyway, I am quite happy with the way tonight went. Thank you all for joining me. It was a good race in the end for me. Less good for some other people. Unlucky Rob. It sounds like you were kind of arrived on the scene of an incident with nothing you could do about it. We are going to raid Cert, so bear with me a second while I do my end of stream chat stuff. 80 raid in the chat once we get there, if you wouldn't mind. Use the emote if you have access to it. I'll be back on Wednesday evening at about 8:30 for Wheelspin Wednesdays. And open lobbies to start with, and then an event at Silverstone from around 10 o'clock. !Discord, if you want to sign up for that. Only do so if you've raced with us in open lobbies first, please. Then I'll be back Thursday evening with probably a new game, so drop by and see what that is, 7 PM UK time. And then JBG and I are back on Friday evening with some more Grey Ops fun, continuing our playthrough of the DLC of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Let's go and raid Cert. I believe he is continuing with a 25% race or something. It won't be Portal Reloaded, Rob. I might try and gird myself for that one and build myself up to it. Drop by and see. I've done it again. I'm busy chatting away about this raid I'm going to do without actually setting up the raid. What an amateur I am. I don't like the new raid screen Twitch. Where is Cert? There he is. Okay, so we'll go and raid Cert. 80 raid in chat once we get there. Say hello. Drop Cert a follow if you're not already. Enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday. Take care, have fun, and bye for now. See ya.